usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Randy in Centerville can't believe the luck of getting Sheila E. and Morris Day and the Time in the same week.
Jeez, another person ripping off Prince like that. I can't believe it.
In Centerville.
Centerville.
Because on this day, Morris Day, it's his birthday.
How did I miss that?
Morris Day and the Time. And a couple of things. First of all, Gina, I just wanted to ask you the lyrics of that song.
Sure.
So if somebody came up to you and said, I've been watching you, and I'm a little dangerous, and you want some jungle love, what would you do?
No, thank you,
Not
Morris.
very. This is meant to be a compliment, isn't it?
No, thank you, Morris.
I've been watching you, and I got some jungle love for you.
No, that's okay,
Oh,
Morris.
come on, baby.
It's really...
You got a pretty car.
No.
I drive a little dangerous. I'll take you to my crib and, rip you off.
No, thanks.
No, you'd say no to that.
No, thank you.
Morris Day and Prince were high school.
Oh, yeah.
They went to high school together. And that jungle love song, it charted well, very well. Mm-hmm. But not their biggest charting song.
That would be The Bird.
Nope. Their highest charting song was called Jerk Out, which peaked at number 9.
On what chart was that?
Billboard's Hot 100.
I take issue with that.
Well, what? Okay, then prove it wrong. It's not enough to just go,
I disagree.
If I see something that I like, I have to go for it. And I like what I see, baby. Come here. I got real bored on a Friday night. I couldn't find a damn thing to do. So I pulled out a suit about the same color as my BMW. I drove to the party and I stepped on in just to see what I could see. Everybody knew what I was looking for.
If you Google what was the Time's biggest hit, it says Jerk Out from their 1990 album Pandemonium.
Here's another one from the Time. Gigolos get lonely too.
Oh,
yes.
Morris would know.
Very sad.
Morris has had something of an acting career as well.
But everybody needs stimulation.
Yeah, well.
And mine just happens to be overtime. It's money occupation.
Okay, Morris. He's been on a lot of TV shows. He was on Moesha.
Of course.
It's Prince. It's just another.
Yeah.
Prince says, I have all these other songs that somebody else should do. That's so much of this is that. There you go. Take it. It's also where Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis started. They were part of the Time.
It's he's still around doing it, still active. Oh no, it says years active, 1980 to 2024. Usually they will put to the present.
Well, 2024 is the present.
But that's not the way that's not the way they list it. When you look at these little précis, these little summaries, they always say something to the present, and then it goes to the present. But if it's a date, that means that's when they stopped.
He just performed at that Prince tribute.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that means he stopped on January 30th or something. I think he's still.
Do you think he did his number one charting song, Jerk Out? Number one, or his highest charting song. Not number one charting, his highest charting song. You're sure if a guy came up to you, Gina, and said,
I'm positive. Bill, he's performing with Kool and the Gang on December 27th at the Premier Theater at the Foxwoods Resort Casino.
Well, then this is an error, isn't it?
No, it's not. It says 24. He's current now.
Yeah.
This is from the Batman soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I was so disappointed that Nick Cave was on that soundtrack.
Did you see Jack Nicholson dancing around?
Morris.
Did we just turn into a Prince tribute
I
show?
think we did, didn't we? And yesterday, kind of.
That's what I mean.
Is there a Prince channel on satellite radio?
There should be.
It comes and
might be.
goes. It's a special thing.
They
I get
do have
alerts.
ones?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You get a Google
Oh
alert.
yeah. They could leave it up all the time. I don't know why they don't. There's Bat.
I got a live one here.
Bat dance.
Still to this day, my son says that is the definitive Joker.
The only words in the song are bat dance.
My Jungle Love. Gina, I need to show you.
Nope, it's okay, Bill.
Oh, jeez. You're only getting part of the pig because if you're hungry, take a bite of me.
No thanks.
Come
I'm
on.
good.
You got a nice car. I rode in it a lot lately. You do have a nice car.
There's a funny part in. Actually, all the funny parts in Purple Rain are Morris. But there's a part where. There's a part where he comes up to Apollonia and he's hitting on her, as Bill is trying to do here. He's like, I got a water bed. Like that's the, ooh,
Oh, well.
a water bed, you say.
Did it work?
No.
Oh, it didn't work. Okay.
No.
Because I thought it might
Prince
have.
doesn't need a water bed.
I had a water bed at one time.
Did it work?
No.
Doesn't work.
I hated that thing.
Mm-hmm.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Well, okay then. If you say so, we'll take a break and come back and take your check-ins. 877-602-9696. That's the number to call us. We like to hear from you in the morning, and this is the morning, and we are us, and you are you. So call us, 877-602-9696. You can also text us at 33986.
Listen up, Radio from Hell podcast listeners.
So, Gina, is this an official edition?
Well, it's This is other.
Oh.
My other.
Oh, your other song.
Yeah.
I thought this was a Hello Sailor Boy.
No,
I had the music already.
No. This is Muhammad, not the prophet, my son.
Yeah.
So we signed up with this company that helps you with college recruiting for sports for your kids.
Oh, is it that one that all those people went to jail for?
So I might go to jail for this. No, what all those people went to jail for is they faked the sports that, oh yeah, she plays water polo and she's
on the road
rowing
team.
and but these exist for kids that actually play sports, and it helps get them in the line of sight for college coaches looking for
Okay.
So Muhammad is doing 2 sports. Our attorney Ed Brass will be happy. He's doing golf, and which Katie also did, and he's doing soccer. And so these companies help you create a profile where you put clips of yourself playing the sport, and you put up your report card, and if you've won a
What company is this?
it's NCSA.
Oh, okay. I did something like this, but it wasn't that one.
Yeah. There's a lot of them out there, and they just sort of help get you in contact with coaches. And
Do they distribute your information to hundreds of places? Or
as
how-
many as you want. You can
see.
you can go on and you can say, I'm interested in going to these schools, and they'll help get you in contact with the coaches. And
How old is the son?
he's 15, but you have to start this now. In fact, they said, well, you're a little late. You should have started last year. But
And they see, and my mother said when I was 15, she said, "Are you really going to go to college?"
But part of it is coaching on, they do nutrition coaching. They do profile they do, here's how to get a good video clip to put. It's all this kind
How
of
to tie your
coaching.
shoes,
Yeah.
things like that.
And there are family meetings, but then there are just like Zoom calls with just Muhammad, and where they talk about things he can do. And so Muhammad is on a Zoom call with one of these coaches.
Not the prophet.
Not the prophet, my son.
Uh-huh.
And he needed the coach asked for some information, and he said, "Oh, let me go get it." And in the interim, he got hung up on accidentally. And so the coach called back and went straight to Muhammad's voicemail, and here's what he heard.
Okay.
Hello. If you want to call me back, you can, or just leave a message. Thank you.
So that's
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any.
That's Muhammad's voicemail
That
message.
he recorded when he was 3.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And the coach called back, and he answered, and he said, "Is that your phone? Is that your phone?"
Was the coach not smart enough to figure out that
Well,
it was him when he was 3?
Because Muhammad now he's got a really deep. His voice has
He
changed.
forces it
He's-
down.
He's down here now, and
I talk like this now.
the coach said before college coaches start calling you, because they will, you might want to change your voicemail so you don't sound like a 7-year-old kid.
Listen, tell Muhammad this. I'll do it for him. Hi, this is Muhammad.
There you go.
Hi.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm serious. Hi, this is Muhammad. If you're a coach, I love you, baby.
Here, play it again, Katie, so we'll compare and contrast.
Hello. If you want to call me back, you can, or just leave a message. Thank you.
Hello. If you want to call me back, you can, or just leave a message.
Perfect.
Okay,
There you
I'll do it.
go.
But I'm sad because Muhammad's like, well, I guess I have to change it. I'm like, I love your voicemail message.
My voicemail, well, you can keep it. You have it now on tape.
I love it so much. A few months ago, I said to Katie, I said, will you help me preserve this? Because I'm worried he's going to change it. And it's so adorable.
Last year. It was not a month
Was it
ago.
last
It was last year.
You know what's creepy is that, speaking of voicemail, I don't know, 20 years ago, my wife said, will you record the voice message for me? You know, so when I call her and I get her voicemail, I hear my voice saying, Jennifer Parsons is not available. Could you please leave a message? And it freaks me out every time I hear my own voice.
Have you guys ever had this? Because I've had it happen a couple of times where we meet friends of the program out, and I've been asked to record. Hey,
we used to offer
Gina,
that as a. We should
Gina
do that.
Barbarian, you've reached Jimmy Santangelo's phone. Please.
Yeah, we should still do that. I mean,
yeah.
Anytime if you want us to record the voice message on your phone, I'll be happy to do it if I got a couple of seconds. Hi, this is Bill Allred. Hang up.
What do you want?
Hi, this is Bill Allred. You've reached Sandra's phone, and she doesn't want to talk to you.
Get out.
Get away from me.
I think my message would be something along the lines of, hi, you've reached Dave's phone. Does anybody leave voicemail anymore, really? Why don't you just text? Come on.
Just send a text.
Yeah, I mean, even when I get a voice, I very seldom leave a message anymore. I just hang up and text.
Yeah.
The only people that should be leaving messages are like businesses, perhaps.
Well, bill
your
collectors.
Yeah, your doctor, things like that. Yeah.
But my older two kids had adorable tiny children voicemail messages, and I didn't say. I can still hear them in my head, but I wish I had them recorded like that. And now we're going to lose Muhammad's too, so I'm a little sad about that.
Well, I think that Muhammad should do it himself, but he should sing it to the tune of the greatest American hero. Believe it or not, Muhammad isn't at home.
Please leave a message.
Please leave a message at the beep.
This is Muhammad. You want me on your team.
I can't come to the phone right now. I'm out practicing golf and/or soccer.
I'm working out.
Depending on.
I'm putting on some pounds.
I'm doing arms today.
Someone says you should sell voicemail messages for the road home for charity, like We'll do your voicemail message for a donate. That's a good idea.
We'll figure it
986.
All right, 6:20. Let's get this over with.
We we really would like to hear from you, like that guy just said.
Mm-hmm.
So text us 877. Call us 877-602-9696 or text us 33986. Okay. Should we start the show?
X96 X Days of Xmas is here to help you get a head start on your holiday shopping. Listen every weekday with Radio from Hell. Artie Fufkin and Todd Newcomb win different prizes every day, like gift cards from Lim Jewelers, Harmon's, Jed's Barbershop, Solution Loans, and more. Plus, enter to win our grand prize, including one of every daily prize at x96.com. Today's prize is a $100 gift card from Onyx Ink Tattoo, custom designs, cover-ups, and piercing at Onyx Ink Tattoos in Ogden. OnyxInkLLC.com for more information. We'll tell you a little bit later about how you can win that.
Mm-hmm. The moon is 95.4% of full. It'll be a full moon on Sunday. The moon will rise today, excuse me, at 6 a.m. So it's or set today, excuse me, at 6 a.m. So it's been up and down. Today being Friday, the 13th day of December, in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2024. For you, Gina, it's National Horse Day.
Yes, I support this.
After the primitive Native American horses died out somewhere between 13,000 and 11,000 years ago, today's wild horse species were reintroduced to America by European colonists in the late 1400s. The Spaniards. That's when you. And it's National Ice Cream Day and National Cocoa Day. Cocoa typically made. So do you know there's a difference between cocoa and hot chocolate? Cocoa is typically made with cocoa powder, heated milk or water, and sugar. How people call it hot chocolate, but hot chocolate is not that. Hot chocolate is made by using ground chocolate containing cocoa butter. So there you go. This is the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson, the behatted one, right there, putting on his work hat. I'm Bill Allred, trying to clear the phlegm off my vocal cords. That's Gina Barberi right over there. She's a horsewoman extraordinaire. Katie, for short, is our fine producer, and behind me there in the booth. And then who's helping today? Who's
Dawson?
Is it Dawson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Dawson is there. Are there two dogs in there or just the one?
There are two.
There's Vax and Gus is the other dog, I believe. Yeah. There we go. All right.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. It's Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There you go. Let's begin with Terrence.
Terrence, are you there?
Good morning, lords and lady. How are you?
Just fine, Terrence. How are you?
Oh, it's been a little while.
Yeah, it has.
Life is good.
Okay, good.
Being a corporate person does not have its benefits, is all I have to say.
You're a corporate person.
When did you become a corporate
I am.
person? When did you become a corporate person?
Sometime this year, and then found out that it involves a whole ton of meetings and a whole ton of people, so you don't really have as much time as you'd like.
Yeah,
meetings are very effective.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lots gets done.
So much gets done.
Terrence, are you high up on the executive? Do you have your own key to the washroom?
Not quite my own private office yet, but we're getting there. How about that?
Good. Well, it sounds like you're moving up in the world, and you're going to be a very successful person.
Yeah, we'll see about that, but that's cool. No, but I do have one question I must ask.
Okay.
So because of the circumstances, trying to find means to being able to do cardio, being able to work out, the only time I can do so is now about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
How the freak do you all do that? How do you wake up every single morning this early? Jeez.
I don't know. It's not fun, but it's just become sort of
We've been doing it for a long time.
automatic. It's like the alarm goes off at 3 o'clock, and you just say, okay, time to get up.
And you got to go to bed earlier. That's the other hard thing.
Okay. Well, I'm starting to do it, but, I have to force myself to be a morning person, so I'm getting used to it. But thanks for the tips.
What time do you have to be at work, Terrence?
Not until like 7 o'clock, but the thing is, in order for me to do what I'm doing, it's I only need like 3 times. So,
but
you
good
know,
for
trying to
you
get
for
everything working.
bothering to work out before work, because it would be real easy to go, it's too early, I'm not doing that.
Now, you want to be in good shape to go into the office and fire people.
I haven't gotten to that point just yet, thank goodness. I don't know if that's where I'm wanting to go, but we'll see.
Well, it's nice to hear from you, Terrence.
Thanks, Terrence.
Yeah, good to talk to y'all. Take care.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see. Derek from Lehigh checking in. Groundskeeper Bob checking in. The drive-in from Tooele was okay. The hill has snow on the side streets. Be careful. There couldn't be a better morning tribute to Prince and company. Thank you. Mike in Nashville checking in. Happy 67th birthday to Dave Matthews Band guitarist Tim Reynolds, born on this day in 57. Happy Friday, Troy the bus driver checking in. Zane of Dallas checking in. What does that movie guy watching drink? Does that wine guy watch movies? Who does what today?
Zane, you're getting everybody confused.
No, I followed you,
Sean, well, you're getting everybody but Gina confused. Sean Means will be coming in shortly, yes. And Jimmy, the wine guy, Jimmy Santangelo, will be here later on.
Yes. Let's see. Jay in Springville, happy Friday. April of American Fork checking in. Meshach of Erda checking in. Thought I might hear Lady Cab Driver in the farting around. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one. Luis of Harrisburg, PA checking in. Johnny B checking in, listening while welding up a suspension anchor point bracket for my house this morning.
Careful.
Let's see. Tristan from the most west of Jordan's checking in. I had a waterbed as a kid, but I still remember the smell of the thick rubber.
Yep. There was always that vinyl smell.
Also the feeling of jumping into it, and it felt like falling onto concrete.
Yeah, it was. I had slept on one for maybe 3 or 4 years, my ex-wife and I, and it was terrible.
Then we had to siphon all the water out of it into the floor drain.
Yeah.
That was when we found out that my mom knew how to steal gas. I don't.
She did the siphon.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Siphon. Yeah. I don't think you can do that anymore, can you?
Can you get a? I guess you can still get water beds, right?
Should I Google water beds near me?
I would think you still can.
Yeah, I think so.
Chef Roy checking in. Good morning. Part-time checker-inner Johnny Hash checking in. Stay safe on the wet roads.
I think with every waterbed they should throw in a lava lamp.
Sure. Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in. Eli from West Jordan. Mauricio in Pittsburgh checking in. It's Tony, Totally Blind FOP. I'm going to the Blind Center today to finish my chess board. The board is going to have metal thumbtacks, and the pieces are going to have magnets. I'm excited to play chess against someone
that's cool.
on the new chess board.
So you can feel the squares, so you know where to.
Monty the Mailman checking in. Kevin from Layton checking in. Let's see. I think if my C-suit people listened to Radio from Hell University, things would be perfect, says Sid. I don't know what that means. Metal Shop Mark here in Tooele. Snowing lightly. Holly of West Jordan checking in. Let's see. Everybody's here, it looks like, so let's begin. Shall we?
Yeah.
Traffic.
Macy's mom says roads are getting messy and slick in northern Davis County. Slow drive to work. Yeah, I heard from a couple of you out in Tooele, Layton, all reporting snow. Be prepared for snowy commutes. Some roads are covered, others are very wet, but either way, please slow down and clean your car off.
Yes.
All the windows, not just the front ones, please. Crash I-15 southbound under the Glover Lane overpass in Farmington. The right lane and shoulder are blocked. Traffic is backing up to Layton. And if it's safe for you to let us know what you're seeing on the roads, please send it in, 33986.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a song with Big Boy News and our Dead Celebrity Game. Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine.
We're bringing back a feature we used to do years ago, the Training Table Boner Recap. And what that is we will we'll get somebody on the phone.
You'll call 877-602-9696.
And I will recap the boners for you, the boner candidates, and then you tell us which one of them won. And you'll win...
Utah's Family Fun Spot Lagoon, now open on weekends. Come by every Saturday and Sunday to enjoy nonstop rides and entertainment. Listen all week long to us, Radio from Hell. To win tickets, you can learn more at x96.com.
So that's the prize for the training table boner recap.
Well, no, today it'll be the Lagoon boner recap.
No, it's the I think we just need to call it always the training table boner recap.
Why?
Because that's what it was. Like Faxorama 93.
We never got paid by fax machines.
It's the training table boner recap.
People will be confused. They'll think they're winning cheese fries.
No, they won't. We'd tell them they're winning the Lagoon ticket.
Then we should call it
the Lagoon boner recap.
Jeez. I thought we had this settled.
We did.
We were going to call it the
We did have this settled.
We were going to call it the training table boner recap.
In your mind, you've been calling it that.
It'll be confusing.
It was settled.
I'm pissed. That's what we should call it.
Why?
Because it's funny. The Lagoon boner recap is not funny.
But money isn't funny.
Lagoon still gets their plug on the training table boner recap.
It's kind of subverted.
I think if the training table comes back, they absolutely should pay for the sponsorship of the training table boner recap.
All right. You guys go ahead. Both of you vote against funny. That's fine with me.
Listen. 2
votes against funny right there.
This corporation has been voting against funny for a very long time.
Bill, I would love nothing more than for it to be the training table.
I'd love it.
The training table boner recap presented by Lagoon. See, that's what there. Stephanie's got it. It's the training table boner recap presented by Lagoon, and you win Lagoon tickets
or other things. The prize will change.
Yeah, the training
today
table,
unless the training table ponies up the dough.
The training table boner recap presented by Tickets to See the Cure. You know, things like that.
There was rumor that training table was coming back. We should probably tell. There are Californian refugees listening that don't know the training table.
We welcome our California refugees, even though our governor does not.
So for many, many years, there was a restaurant called the Training Table, which was a burger joint.
Well, it wasn't just a burger joint. You go in and you sit down at a table, and there is a phone on your table, a telephone, and you'd pick up the telephone and call your order to the back of the restaurant where they would make your burger. And then when it was ready, your phone would ring. You'd say yes. They'd say, "The food is ready."
Hello.
You go pick up your burger and your cheese fries. People loved the cheese fries.
No way.
That's right. And I became an aficionado of the patty melt at Training Table.
Now, it's been gone for a while, went out of business, closed down. And then mysteriously the website popped back up again, trainingtable.com. And here's what it says.
What does it say?
On the 45th anniversary of opening our doors, we're beginning the next chapter as a Utah original. It may look different, but our calling remains the same. We're here to serve the community, to bring people together, help make memories for generations to come. We can't wait to welcome you back. Now, they posted this like a year ago or something.
Well,
we have yet to see it.
See, I want to encourage them by calling this the Training Table Boner Recap, as we did in the past. And it'll encourage them to get off the stick.
Somebody says they're supposed to be back last November in food
Yeah.
trucks, and nothing.
Nothing yet.
Yeah.
We want them back.
Yeah.
They were a great partner with Radio
They were.
from Hell for a long time.
They were indeed. Anyway, we're going to do the boner recap coming up. Carrie and Gina voted against funny, so I guess it'll just be the boner recap.
Oh, believe me, it's not me voting against funny.
Who is it? Oh, they don't care.
Look all around you.
They don't care. They don't know what we do here anymore.
Until they find out what we do, and until they care, then it's a problem.
Our attorney says, happy 20th anniversary to Faxorama 93.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
If it wasn't for Radio from Hell, I wouldn't be drunk right now.
I believe our CEO laughed and said, that's funny when I said the training. See? It's funny.
Oh, the CEO laughed at it.
Yeah.
And that makes it funny.
Well, I mean,
he's a good judge of funny.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he doesn't care. We can do it. We could do it. But we won't.
He doesn't care until he cares.
I'm hungry now. You know what I liked about the training table? It's what I like about most burger joints.
French fries?
Well, the French fries
They were
really
quite good.
But having the A1 option.
Yeah. They had a whole row of steak sauces and hot sauces.
I applaud places that give me the A1 option.
They were like on the counter.
Yeah.
And they had they had Heinz, Heinz steak sauce.
They had Worcestershire.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. That was the training table who used to sponsor the Boner Recap.
I'm hungry now.
I used to hate mornings, like those cats on the coffee cups. But now I love them because of this show.
All right. Anyway, it's coming up.
X96, Radio from Hell, Carrie, Bill, Gina, KXRK, Provo, Ogden, Salt Lake City. All this and cream corn, too.
Uh-huh. I like the laugh.
Is that all that was?
That's the best part.
Yeah.
That's why I saved it.
What, have you got the icky one?
Let's see.
Hi, this is Cassidy Black, Miss Rodeo, Utah, and I think Radio from Hell is icky, icky, icky.
That is the one we used to use.
Mm-hmm.
Cassidy Black.
Wonder how long ago.
Radio from Hell, X96.
Where did you just had them?
Listen, you need to come over and take a look at this someday. You'll be here for days.
They have been there for all this time?
Yeah.
Huh.
We're having s'mores today. This is Matthew.
Sandy.
From Sandy.
Oh, I get you, Matthew.
Matthew is 35 now.
I was going to say, Cassidy Black was Miss Rodeo, Utah in 2016. That's how old that was.
Wow.
The three of you will never work in this town ever again.
Well,
that's probably true.
Rich guys love hearing how great they are, and they're willing to pay for it. Money pay.
Carrie has all kinds of things.
I've got too many things. Yeah.
I like it when you pull out those old things like
Takes
that.
me forever to find something that I'm looking for.
Oh, we have a correction. It's happy 30th anniversary to Faxorama 93.
30th?
Not 20th anniversary.
Oh, come on, get your math
30th
right.
Yeah. If we had a fax machine, Ed would still fax us requests and pictures of Hitler.
Which was kind of a mixed message, Ed. To this day. When we first got your faxes, we weren't sure whether you were friend or foe.
I miss the fax machine, actually. I kind of like using
It's
those.
Faxorama 93 on X96.
There you go.
See, what that was in 1993.
And then we just never changed the name.
We would have a request show where you would fax in your request.
Yeah.
Where the hell did you meet Cassidy Black?
Evanescence, because on this day...
In 1981, Amy Lee was born.
A vocalist.
Yeah.
All right. 6:39 right now, and it is time for some big boy news and opinioendo. Right after that, though, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. We'll give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities, just fine. One of them dead. Pick the dead one correctly, and you'll win what?
Whichever is more exciting for you, it'll either be Papa Roach tickets or Rise Against tickets. It's the same show, but people have their favorites.
Oh, and I'll throw in another 4-pack of tickets to the roller derby bout tomorrow night. Family 4-pack of tickets to roller derby. It's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So you can find tickets at saltlakeRollerDerby.org.
Okay. So the Papa Roach Rise Against tickets as well. 877-602-9696. Call, play, win. Frank Christ Presents right after this. Big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by...
America's First Nutcracker is nostalgic, charming, and magical. Witness the historic 80th anniversary of the Nutcracker, closing on December 28th with music of Tchaikovsky, performed live by the Ballet West Orchestra. Get tickets at balletwest.org.
Well, wouldn't it have been weird if, after being on TV a lot lately, Dick Van Dyke saying, I know I'm circling the drain, I'm going to die someday, I'm not I'm going to die anytime. I'm not worried about it. I feel great, and it doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it have been ironic if he'd burned to death in this fire in Malibu?
Oh, he lives there. That's
yeah,
right.
He says his neighbors saved him while he was struggling to evacuate his home during this week's fire.
Well, he's not heavy. You just throw him over your shoulder.
True. You got to be careful, though. He's brittle. The fire raged across Malibu and burned more than 2,600 acres. The wildfire caused widespread evacuations and power cutoffs. Dick Van Dyke fled his home just ahead of his 99th birthday, which is today. It was coming from the hill. You could see it. I think he's referring to the fire, not death. And oh my God, we got out of there. I was trying to crawl into the car. I had exhausted myself. I couldn't get up. So he says he was literally crawling to his car.
Wow.
I couldn't get up. 3 neighbors came and they carried me out and came back and put out the little fire in the guest house that was going and saved me. Dick Van Dyke evacuated his home along with his wife, Arlene Silver, and their pets. He updated his fans on Facebook after they made it to safety, although he raised concerns by saying that one of their pets, a cat named Bobo, had gone missing during the evacuation and therefore wasn't able to leave their home. Fortunately, both Van Dyke's home and his cat survived the wildfires. We found Bobo as soon as we arrived back home this morning, Dick said. There was so much interest in his disappearance that animal control was called in to assist, but thankfully he was easy to find and not harmed. Van Dyke was far from the only celebrity who had to evacuate Malibu. Mira Sorvino and Cher had to flee. I'm trying to picture Cher fleeing.
She's doing it fabulously.
Dick Van Dyke's evacuation news came after he was back in the headlines for appearing in Coldplay's emotional music video, All My Love, which I would urge you to seek out and watch. Nice. It's very charming. He sings and dances in the clip. Mark Zuckerberg, he's been the subject of a lot of scrutiny from Congress and Trump making a lot of bad comments about Facebook and Meta and all of that. And so, you know what Mark Zuckerberg is going to do about that, by God?
Yep.
He's going to donate $1 million to the Trump Inauguration Fund.
Yep.
Isn't that great? And Jeff Bezos
lined up,
who has some contracts with NASA, like what's his name, Elon Musk does.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you know what? I'm going to donate $1 million too.
Yep.
Way to go, guys. Way to go.
It's bowing down in advance.
You are true Americans, both of you. A Salt Lake City police officer has been booked into Utah County Jail, Utah County, for sexually assaulting a woman in American Fork over the weekend. Officer Xander Nunley was arrested Wednesday by American Fork police on charges of rape, aggravated assault, other charges like that. Nunley has been placed on administrative leave. Court documents show that Nunley and the victim had met on a dating app, Hinge, I believe it's called. Weeks before they met, he said, why don't you come over to my house and we'll watch a religious Christmas devotional on Sunday.
Oh.
So
nothing bad could happen. That sounds safe.
She went to his townhouse in American Fork while watching this religious Christmas devotional. The victim reported that Nunley became aggressive and sexually and physically, noted being strangled to the point where it impacted her ability to breathe. The victim also reported Nunley never asked for consent at any point during the incident. The court documents also stated the victim did have visible bruising in multiple areas. The allegations in this case are serious, said the police department, and conflict with our core values. Part of our core values is not to rape anybody.
No, it's a different chokehold we have.
Let's see. Luigi Mangione, the suspected assassin of the CEO. You have
legally.
You have to say suspected. Ranted online about debilitating irritable bowel syndrome, never being able to sleep, and agonizing back screws. The 26-year-old man charged with the murder of CEO Brian Thompson left a trail online revealing his mindset in the years leading up to the alleged assassination.
Although it doesn't appear that he was ever a customer.
No, he was not insured by United.
They're suspecting that he just looked. It's the biggest target. They're the biggest company. And
the health-focused posts on Reddit reveal a man who had felt that his life had been stolen from him by his myriad medical issues. Mangione's history has come under scrutiny as people look for a motive to explain the shocking murder caught on CCTV that cops say he's responsible for.
He had disappeared from his family for the last year. His mom had hired a private investigator to try to find him. He had completely cut off contact with...
Yeah.
So he's been kind of spiraling for a while, it seems like.
Yeah, he... by the way, where you talk about United Healthcare, it's more than just the healthcare, and I think you pointed that out the other day, Gina. Did I hear right? It's the 5th largest corporation.
Oh yeah, not just
in
healthcare.
America.
Yeah, not just healthcare company. Any company.
It's in.
You got like Apple and
stuff.
Google, and it's in the top.
And
5.
when you compare the money that they paid, doctors and hospitals and all that, compared to their profit margin,
Oh yeah, doctors are no fans of United.
No, not as a matter of fact, and I won't reveal which doctor told me this. Oh, it's my eye doctor. He said he went to a meeting, an insurance meeting, and the presentation was being given by a United Healthcare executive, and he said all the doctors in the room booed him.
Yeah.
He says, "Boo, boo." He could hardly get through the presentation. Mangione has been charged with 5 crimes following the assassination.
God forbid we have socialized medicine, because it's got that word in it.
Weber County Weber County still has no emergency shelter to keep people out of the cold. Officials there are fighting red tape, and they fear public backlash as they continue to search for a viable emergency winter shelter space that could house up to 100 people. The snow is falling now, and it's really rough on people outside. This morning, I get out of my car, and I look over at the door that I use to come into the building, and there's somebody asleep right in front of the door, spread out under a sleeping bag, blocking the way. And I had to go over and say, "Excuse me, I hate to wake you up, but I've got to get into the door." And he said, he came out from under this sleeping bag and blanket. And I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. No, I said, don't. I'm sorry I had to wake you up, and it's not a problem. And he said, I'm sorry, and just moved aside, and I got in. And then I think he laid down and went back to sleep in front of the door. So it's just they need some place to go, and the breezeway here is not really adequate, I don't think. Eagle Mountain, they are looking into energy alternatives. They're saying, why don't we build a nuclear reactor here in Eagle Mountain?
What could go wrong?
Maybe some natural gas power plants to help prevent an energy crisis as the city expands. The Eagle Mountain Planning Commission tabled amendments to city code that would allow a small nuclear reactor.
It's adorable.
A little gas power plant, battery energy storage systems, and solar energy products in the city. The commissioners ultimately decided that they needed some more information on how to do this before they recommended any code changes. Good news for people who live in Rose Park. There's not a bar in Rose Park.
Really?
Not a single place where you can go in and where everybody knows your name.
I did not know that.
The Salt Lake Planning Commission, though, voted 5-1 to approve a conditional use permit for the Paris Social Bar, a proposed bar establishment at 910 West, 1000 North in Rose Park. The future bar is currently an event venue and is zoned for community business. A bar is allowed under that zone with conditional use permits. City staffers recommended approving the Paris Social request. One condition, they said you need to have better security and an operations plan.
And a small nuclear power plant.
Gina, there's a new strain of COVID.
Yep.
Yeah, it's XEC, and it's you get it and you think you just have a cold, but really you've got COVID.
Oh.
Yeah. And finally, this new estimates show that over 1 in 5 adults have a genital herpes infection worldwide.
1 in 5?
1 in 5. So take your chances, I guess. Be careful. 1 in 5.
So only sleep with 4 straight.
I guess. Genital herpes is a sexually transmitted infection that can be caused by 2 types of viruses. There is no cure. There is no cure. Once you got it.
Nobody's talking about herpes these days.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was still a thing.
There are. That's you know why 1 in 5 have it, because nobody's talking about it.
Exactly.
I'm not going to tell them I have herpes.
Tom in Reno suggesting the next Utah Word of the Day sketch. that Mayor of Mona Don Criddle builds a small nuclear power plant in Mona and asks Denver, go check on the steam turbine.
Go check the core.
There you go.
All right, that's it.
Sports weather traffic.
Carolina Panthers rookie sensation Xavier Leggett is going viral. I thought you might make this a boner candidate, Bill. I wasn't sure.
I don't know what it is.
He revealed his hottest food take, that he likes raccoon and even ate one for Thanksgiving. On Tuesday, he told fellow NFL wide receiver brothers Amon-Ra and Equimanius St. Brown that he eats raccoon, leaving the two speechless for a moment before they asked him to clarify his statement.
Oh, wait, did you say?
In his thick South Carolina accent, Leggett spelled out for the podcast hosts, I'm not going to try to do the accent, like a raccoon you see in a trash can. I hunt it, I kill it, I skin them, I cook them, I eat them, all that.
A lot of good meat on the face.
That's what I had for Thanksgiving dinner. Asked what raccoon tastes like. He said the critter has its own taste.
Oh,
Everybody tries to say stuff tastes like chicken, but raccoon, raccoon. Oh, that's raccoon. You know
it.
You know it.
I wonder if there's a light meat and dark meat, or
I don't know. He also told them that in addition to eating raccoon, he eats squirrel and rabbit, which they seem to find less abnormal than.
Well, yeah,
than the
rabbit's delicious.
After the first Panthers training session in Munich, he enjoyed trying some traditional German sausages, but not before he hilariously asked, do I have to cook it first?
Well,
he seemed to have some qualms about the chicken wings on that side of the pond, however, saying that he was used to a different twang of barbecue sauce. This don't taste like the barbecue sauce at home.
Who's he with?
The Panthers.
And what position does he play?
He is...
He's got to be a lineman.
I'm not sure. It says rookie, NFL wide receiver.
Oh. Speaking of wide receivers, Pakua Nakoa last night did it again.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Weather. So, had lots of reports from friends of the program all up and down the Wasatch Front about the snow that they are seeing on the roads. That's what we've got. 50% chance of that today. Mostly in the morning. No, that's Gus.
Yeah.
High of 39, so going to be pretty chilly today. Overnight low 29. Looks like we have a chance of showers throughout the weekend, too. So we should be getting some more of this. Let's see. Traffic, we have a crash on Bacchus Highway at 54 South and West Valley. Right lane and shoulder are blocked. Roads are snow-covered and icy in some areas. Crash on the entrance ramp 2100 north to go northbound I-215 in North Salt Lake. The right shoulder blocked there. And a crash I-15 southbound under the Glover Lane overpass in Farmington. Right lane and shoulder are blocked. Traffic backed up into Layton. And if it's safe for you to let us know, lots of folks are saying snow on all the roads in Ogden. We've got reports from Layton. If it's safe for you to let us know what you're seeing out there, 33986 is where you do that. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Oh, there he is. Good morning, Mr. Chris. Good morning.
Hello, everyone.
Were you hovering around Dick Van Dyke's Malibu home?
Well, I tell you, I've been in Malibu a lot these days. It's his 99th birthday today, so.
Well, that's where all the celebrities are. You probably were checking on many of them.
To see, I mean, because, the fire and all.
It's a beautiful city when it's not on fire.
That's what I understand. Mm-hmm. Frank Christ is a reaper, a grim reaper, a reaper of celebrity souls. When a celebrity cashes in their chips, Frank goes to the site where the actor, usually it is, has died, and takes their immortal remains, their mortal coil that they shuffle up.
Their essence.
Yeah, their essence. And puts it in a sidecar of his electric scooter and whisks them away to the distribution center. There's no river Styx anymore involved here?
Well, for some, if they're more traditional minded. The rest of the modern world just hops in my electric scooter.
Some say to you, can we just go by the river Styx just to take a look?
Just depends on how they were raised.
I see. Frank is here to play the game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He's given me a list of actors, and on this list, one of the actors is,
he
has assumed room temperature. But the other three on the list,
well, they're fine, just fine.
This is really a difficult thing for Frank too, because he loves the precious celebrities and
everything they say and do is right.
It's hard for him to have to go take them, but he's usually pretty gentle with them, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Do we have a contestant?
Yes, Gerald is here.
Gerald, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, just fine.
Yes, you are, Gerald. Gerald, if you can identify the dead celebrity on this list, you're going to win a prize. And what is it, Gina?
Tickets to see Papa Roach with Rise Against and Under Oath live at the Maverick Center on April 3rd. If you want to find out more about that show, go to x96.com.
And we'll throw in a 4-pack of tickets for a roller derby bout tomorrow. It's at 7 o'clock. It's the Beehive Skate Revolution. If you want to buy tickets, you can go to saltlakerollerderby.org. You ready to go, Gerald?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here are the actors. These are actors in movies about free thought and free speech. Because yesterday was a whole thing about free speech. Excuse me. Number 1, David Thewlis. Some of his film performances include Black Beauty, Restoration, James and the Giant Peach, Dragonheart, 7 Years in Tibet, and he is Remus Lupin in the Harry Potter franchise. His movie about free thought and free speech was The Fifth Estate, about Julian Assange and WikiLeaks. I think he played Julian Assange in that. David Thewlis, number 1. Number 2, Michael Stolberg. He starred in A Serious Man, directed by the Coens. His supporting roles include Men in Black 3, Blue Jasmine, Pawn, Sacrifice, Arrival, and The Shape of Water. His movie about free speech and thought, The Post, about the Washington Post and the Pentagon Papers. Number 3, actor Cyril Cusack. He made his name on stage with the Abbey Theatre in Ireland and then the Royal Shakespeare Company in London. He moved to film performances with Fahrenheit 451, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, about the suppression of political speech and thought, and Harold and Maude. My Left Foot is also another movie he was in. He was in 1984 about the Thought Police. Number 3, Cyril Cusack. And finally, Frank Langella. Got 4 Tony Awards for his acting in Broadway. His notable film roles were parts in Diary of a Mad Housewife, Mel Brooks' The 12 Chairs, Dracula, Dave, and The Ninth Gate. He was in Good Night and Good Luck, about a champion of free speech, newsman Edward R. Murrow. Number 4 is Frank Langella. Which one of those actors is dead, Gerald?
We'll go with number 3.
Cyril Cusack. Yep. 1993 is when he died at the age of 82. You see him in movies and you go, oh, yeah, that guy, he's really good. Congratulations, Gerald. You've won the tickets to the show and to the roller derby.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hang on the line.
Oh, well, I'm going to go make sure that Dick Van Dyke's okay.
Just gently.
Yeah, he's...
You know, I saw Dick Van Dyke just recently in that 28 Years Later trailer.
He was not
No,
in
that's
that.
not him.
He sits up in the field.
No.
That's not him?
It's not him.
Oh, I could have swore. I better go check on John Davidson then.
Oh, yeah, please.
83. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
A friend of the program says snow-covered and slick roads in Pleasant View. We've heard from Ogden. We've heard from Layton. We've heard from Tooele. It's pretty much everywhere. If you're just waking up and getting ready for your day, probably want to give yourself a little extra time because there are some slick conditions out there. Have heard about snow and ice in some areas. Crash on Bacchus Highway 54 South in West Valley. Right lane and shoulder blocked. Roads are snow-covered and icy in that area. Crash on the entrance ramp 2100 north to go northbound I-215 in North Salt Lake. The right shoulder blocked there. And I-15 southbound under the Glover Lane overpass in Farmington has a right lane and shoulder blocked. Traffic backed up to Layton. Clean off all of your car windows, not just the front one.
Just get your broom. It's easy to do.
All
And the roof.
Yeah, all of it. All of it off.
Yeah.
Lights on, space between you and the car in front of you. All of that is important.
All right, KXRK Provo. We will take a break. We'll be back. Sean Means here to review this weekend's movies. Stand by. Did you know you could stream Radio from Hell on the X96 app? So now you don't have the excuse of, I don't have a radio. Instead, you can stream us live anywhere you are. So don't
That was a really good show, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mrs. Parker and Bountiful liked to rescue me.
Mrs. Parker.
And Mrs. Parker and Bountiful.
Mrs. Parker.
All right. Movie reviews brought to you by?
Brought to you by, coming soon, don't miss the return of Lights, Camera, Brunch, our annual film-themed Not Safe for Work podcast with brunch, beers, and more, Sunday, January 26th at Squatters Pub. Space is limited. Buy your tickets now at saltlakebrewingco.com/squatters.
Thank you.
Well, here he is, a member of the Fifth Estate, Sean Patrick Means. He's an editor at the Salt Lake Tribune. He's a writer. You're all over that paper.
Mm-hmm.
Sean is also a movie reviewer, and you can find his movie reviews at moviecricket.net.
Yep.
And the Salt Lake Tribune, of course, sltrib.com.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's going?
The press is the Fourth Estate.
Oh, it's the Fourth Estate.
Yeah.
What's the Fifth Estate?
That was the joke about that. That was the title of the movie because it was like WikiLeaks and the new media.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's right. Thank you.
Okay. We got a couple art house movies and a couple of mainstream movies to talk about.
Okay.
We will start with Queer.
Mm-hmm.
This is Luca Guadagnino. It's the newest movie. He did Challengers earlier this year, and he did Call Me by Your Name a few years ago. So it will be a sexy movie.
Mm-hmm.
We have Daniel Craig, so he's sexy. But this is not James Bond Daniel Craig. He plays William, an expatriate American in Mexico City in the 1950s. He's very lonely, middle-aged, kind of, looking for the right guy to take to bed. He finds an American student, Eugene, played by Drew Starkey, and a relationship begins. Part of the movie centers on William taking Eugene around South America because William is in search of a powerful drug the locals use, which he thinks will give him telepathic powers.
Ayahuasca, right?
There's a local name for the drug, but most people call it ayahuasca, yes. Yeah. This is surreal in parts, sometimes a little too much so, and it doesn't always pay off in the best ways. It is fascinating, though, to watch Daniel Craig in his post-James Bond phase.
He has long hair.
He has some. It's a great character portrait of loneliness and longing. So if that's what you're in for,
and he has long hair,
and he has long hair. 3 stars for Queer.
All right,
and it's opening at a few places
and
around town.
It's pretty explicit, right?
It's based on a William S. Burroughs novel, so the sexuality is fairly explicit. I was joking that in 2 nights running, I got to see Daniel Craig having sex with a younger hot guy, and the night before that, Nicole Kidman having sex with a younger hot guy in Baby Girl, which we'll talk about next week.
It's based on William Burroughs. I mean, it's loosely based on his own life and stuff that he did,
as many William S. Burroughs books were. Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, 3 stars.
3 stars.
Okay.
So next we have The End. This starts with a super rich family in what looks like their mansion. Fancy furniture, lots of expensive paintings on the walls. We find out shortly that the family is actually in a salt mine, hiding out from the apocalypse.
This is
happening.
the Tilda Swinton movie. I thought that the other one was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they've been down there for like 20 years. Yeah, Mom is Tilda Swinton. She spends her day hanging up art and taking it down and putting it up again. Dad is Michael Shannon. He's working on his memoir about life as an energy company CEO. And the book has nothing at all about whether Dad's company might have caused all this.
We'll leave that part out.
Yeah. And they have a son who was born in the salt mine. So he's 20, played by George McKay. He sees the first other human he's ever seen in his life outside of his family and friends and the servants that they brought down with him. She's played by Moses Ingram, and she knows what the son doesn't know, which is what's happening up on the ground, which is why she wants to stay down there with them.
Yeah.
I should mention, this is a musical.
Okay.
Why does everything have to be a musical?
Why? No, the proper question is why isn't everything a musical?
I'm sorry, why isn't everything?
There you go.
He forgot to mention Queer as a musical.
No. The song, well, I mean, there's some Kurt Cobain songs in Queer.
Oh, are there?
Yeah,
Okay.
which, considering all the heroin being used, makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So The End is a musical. It's a very downbeat musical since it's, the apocalypse and all. But it's a fascinating way to get into the characters and their emotions. And the performances are really great, especially Tilda and Michael Shannon as the parents, who are just oblivious to what got them down in the coal mine and in the salt mine to begin with. 3.5 stars for The End.
All right.
And it's at the Broadway and maybe a couple other places. Okay. So the mainstream stuff, they did not screen Kraven the Hunter for Salt Lake City critics, and I didn't have the energy last night to do a double feature because I had to see Lord of the Rings last night. So good luck to Aaron Taylor Johnson and his abs.
Well, yeah.
I'm just going to wait to see him in 28 years later. I'll just wait for that.
Yeah. Or just wait for whichever streaming service picks it up in about a month. You know, it's just, and you can watch it. You can watch his abs in the privacy of your own home. I did see Lord of the Rings the War of the Rohirrim.
Why do I feel like they haven't advertised this a lot? Has it been?
You're not watching the right channels.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
it's not meant for you.
Oh, okay. This is an animated musical, Gina.
This is an animated. Yeah, if it's not a musical, it's animated.
Okay.
And if it's Disney, it's both.
Okay.
This is an animated movie based on the Tolkien books. Happens in Rohan, the Central Kingdom of Middle Earth. This is about 200 years before, as they refer to it, the War of the Ring. I didn't realize it had a name, but that's what it is. It starts with Hera, the headstrong princess. Who can ride faster and shoot an arrow farther than her older brothers. She arrives in court when the king, her father Helm, is being confronted by a rival king, and because the rival king wants his son to marry Hera, his son is Wolf, to marry Hera to unite the kingdoms, but Helm knows that it's because the rival king wants to just take over, and they have a fist fight outside. And Helm's full name is Helm Hammerhand.
Of course.
You don't want to get into a fist fight with a guy named Helm Hammerhand because you get a name like that, or you earn a name like that.
Exactly.
And so in one punch, boom, guy's dead. And so the son Wolf vows revenge. And he disappears for a while. He comes back, and he still wants revenge. He mounts an attack with his private army, and King Helm and Hera's brothers defend the city. King Helm doesn't want Hera to be out there. He's protecting his daughter and all that.
She can take care of herself, I think.
That's what she keeps saying, and he's not going to buy it. So while that's going on, Hera evacuates the city with all the villagers, and they go to the fortress called Hornburg. That's where Wolf mounts a siege to starve the townsfolk out, and it's up to Hera to save everybody. This is done. The director Kenji Kamiyama, very big, he's a veteran of Japanese anime. One of his first jobs was as a background artist on Akira.
Well,
so he's been at this for a while.
Yeah.
And he worked on Kiki's Delivery Service, and in his younger, and he does a lot of Japanese TV and Japanese Ghost in the Shell redos and so on. Really good, subtle Japanese style anime. When some of the background stuff, it's difficult to tell the difference between live action and animation. It's just so beautifully done. And the animation, I think, makes the movie, the look of the movie is the reason to see it. The story is, it's okay, it's fine, it's serviceable,
but it looks great.
Hera, I wish it was a little more rousing, and that Hera didn't remind me of Merida from Brave.
Okay.
But yeah, it's stunning look. 3 stars for The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim.
All right.
And get all that on a marquee.
And was that from the original books, or was it from like the Silmarillion?
I think it is more sort of loosely inspired by it all.
Oh, okay.
And there is, in the last 5 minutes, you get like bits of fan service to tie you back to what you know, and it's a little annoying, really. It's like these guys took all the trouble to go do their own story. They don't need to tie back to what you know.
All right. 3 stars for that.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then 3 stars for Queer, 3 stars for The End.
3.5 for The End.
3.5 for The End. Craven.
You're on your own there.
I have yet to read anything positive about it. Lord of the Rings War. 3 stars. What do we got next week?
Mm-hmm.
Next Friday we have Mufasa the Lion King.
Oh.
No.
And
is it now? What? So we already had the Lion King.
Yes.
This is another.
This is another.
Animated?
This is another computer animated to look real.
Yeah.
The way the last.
One of those.
But it's the James Earl Jones lion origin.
It is the origin story of Mufasa.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's like real lions.
Mufasa and Scar. Well, they look like real lions, but it's all CG. Yeah.
Okay.
You also have, speaking of CG looking things, Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Jim Carrey said he did that because I bought a lot of stuff and I needed some money.
Yeah. So those are the ones next week. And then Christmas, just a few days after that, we have A Complete Unknown.
Okay, that's I was
everybody
wondering what that
who's
is.
seen it is just
Little Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan.
Is it on Christmas? Or
On Christmas Day. And then also Baby Girl with Nicole Kidman and Nosferatu.
Which apparently people are raving about as well.
Mhm.
Oh, there you go.
Apparently the people that work with Timothy Chalamet, everybody calls him Timmy.
Yes.
It's Timmy. Hi,
It's
Timmy.
little Timmy Chalamet.
Yes.
Well, when you're in that travel size packaging, that's what you do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Sean.
Traffic.
A crash southbound Legacy Parkway at 9th West in Centerville. We do have snowy roads, icy roads in places. I'm actually looking at the UDOT cameras and clearing up in some places. That they're out clearing some of those roads, but just be aware some of them are slick and snow covered and at the very least wet. So make sure your car, you scrape all the windows all the way around, turn your lights on, and leave yourself some extra space between you and the car in front of you. That's right.
Thank you.
Here are the boner candidates you'll be voting for in just a matter of moments. Boner candidate number 1, bah, humbug, mean old Wyoming. Boner candidate number 2, Nancy Mace is a delicate flower. And number 3, well, he can come to the inauguration if he promises not to bring bear spray and a hatchet.
All right. Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after some messages and a song. Stand by.
Baby goat was egregious, and it was a cute goat.
It pulls at the heartstrings, but number 1 he's a monster.
Goats are adorable. I like watching videos of the little baby goats in pajamas jumping around.
Yeah.
But don't look at their eyes too closely.
They go crosswise.
They got creepy eyes.
That's why people think they're satanic.
Yes.
I was walking through my neighborhood once. Oh, this has been several years ago now, and for some reason, somebody had 2 baby goats in their front yard.
Mm-hmm.
And we stopped and kind of played with them. And what they liked to do the most was butt you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
They with their heads. They were all into that. And I mean, these were just little, by the size of a dog.
Oh, yeah.
Little baby goats. They were cute as hell, but would you knock it off? Jeez.
Oh, they don't stop at all. Me and my wife were visiting her parents in Vernal recently, and they had some friends who recently had baby goats, which are just kids, right?
Well,
and
that's what they call them.
Yeah, they were doing the same thing. They were they didn't go above my knee, but they just kept running into my shin. They were nipping on every little edge of my clothes, and they're adorable as hell, though.
Now, I've never been around fainting goats, but a salesperson who used to work with us, Pam, had fainting goats.
She had some.
And she lives up in the Park City area, and I never got to see them. But, they actually, when if you make a noise or come at them, they faint.
Or say a swear.
Maybe if you use...
Oh, that's different. That's a pearl-clutching goat. That's a different one.
Yeah.
That's mostly the legislature.
The outrage goat.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think that's just so interesting that they've... And I guess it's a response of they like playing dead. Well, you won't do anything to me if I play dead.
Oh, so they're not actually fainting.
They are kind of.
They're feigning the fainting.
Well, no. They actually do kind of black out.
Go to YouTube and look up fainting goats, and you'll see what we're talking about.
It's very odd.
I'll spend the rest of the show doing this.
And I don't think they get very big, do they? Aren't they?
I don't think so. I think they're small. Yeah. They're a smaller breed of goat.
But goats, they do have creepy eyes.
Yeah,
very creepy.
It's the eyes,
and they can be pretty nasty too. Pretty mean.
Oh, they can be mean. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at a best of fainting goats compilation.
Oh, it's wonderful, isn't it?
Mashup.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat room just put a GIF of one in there now. There's
okay.
a big goat scaring a small herd of the little goats.
Oh.
And the little goats, most of them just drop.
Oh, I see. It's the little brother tactic where you lay down on the ground and you're like, you won't hit me if I'm here.
Boom. They do. They just drop. Boom. It's quite amusing.
Evil eyes, though.
And I think Pam said it's really not nice to You can make them do it, but you shouldn't.
Julie says their muscles seize up. So I guess they get so scared they just go.
That one looks pretty stiff when he falls down.
Their legs are stiff and their back is arched, like they can't move, obviously. But
pearl clutching goats are part of Nanny Nation.
Ah, there
Nanny
you go.
Goats.
I got it.
See.
That's pretty good.
Thank you, Texter.
That's good.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
Well, it's lots of words today. As the following scene plays out, you're going to hear lots of ways of Utah speaking, too many to mention here. Without further ado, I give you the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle.
Hello. I'm the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle. I'm here with Mona Community Notes.
Daddy, I've been working on my Mona Civil War reenactment. Can I read this?
Denver, this is important city business.
But please, Daddy.
Oh, all right, then. Let's hear it.
My dearest Daddy, I write to you without hope that I may see the morrow. The battle to free Mona from our brutal overlords, the Nephi City Council. The shelling is constant and endless. The Nephites have taken the high ground atop the Texaco outhouses, and their cannon ring out with constant destruction. As we moved on from victory at the Battle of the Chevron Station, our hopes were high as the Nephites appeared to lack sufficient supplies for a long battle. Alas, with a resupply to the Burger King from the Nephites, such hopes were quickly dashed. The enemy continues to dig in a position at the Flying J. The trucker showers running constantly. The enemy soldiers fight clean and refreshed. We have had naught to eat for days but Frito pie with Wolf brand chili from the Chevron. Our supply of stale bread and old deli meat from the subway dumpster running out 2 days ago. Our only hope is for reinforcements from Salem in the next days, or we shall be overrun and lose our position. Daddy, my love for you and for my beloved town of Mona, Utah, knows no bounds. Should I survive this ordeal, I cannot wait to share the joy of a rope swing and a swim at the Burston Ponds. Though our position is in peril, I and my company of Monanites will give you all and give you our all to the cause. Excuse me, I gotta erase that. Mona City will be free. Please pray for us, Daddy. Your beloved son, Denver Criddle.
Folks, I love my boy. He has a real strong imagination.
Cy Chernin, the lead singer of the band, is 67 today. And let's see, this is them a month ago. Oh, I lost it. Sorry
What,
about
you
that.
had
I had a recording of them performing a month ago, and it says they still sound great. So.
They were here not that long ago.
Yeah.
People said it was a good show.
Let me see if I can get this going here so you can hear them.
That's the fix.
Sure is.
Yeah, I pulled out one you don't hear too often. Here we go. This is Psy.
Yeah, that's great.
I always like the fix.
Yeah, good band.
Less cities, more moving people.
Oh, that's a deep cut. All right. Let's see. It is time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, December 13, 2024? We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote, and one of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it, got to win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt courtesy of, I don't know, Your Business Here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's begin. Man, I wish I had some Mill Creek coffee.
I've got mine.
I drank mine at home, French roast, Mill Creek coffee.
Can you?
And now, but I haven't had enough. I may have to resort to the.
Can you have some? No. The answer is no.
I might have to resort to the crap we have here. I mean, the coffee we have here. Let's see. First, here's the first boner candidate. Bah humbug, mean old Wyoming. By the looks of things, Ebenezer Scrooge has taken over the governorship of Wyoming.
What?
How to explain why Wyoming officials are putting the kibosh on a modern holiday tradition that has nearly equaled the popularity of Santa's sleigh. In a recent social media post, the Wyoming Highway Patrol warned against festive drivers wrapping Christmas lights on their cars.
Well, it makes them easier to see. I think this would be a good thing.
The department admitted that the lights might look cool and be festive, but they added it's illegal and it violates a specific Wyoming law.
What?
You know, the ever-popular 315928, which clearly states that no person shall drive or move any vehicle or equipment upon any highway with any lamp or device thereon capable of displaying a red or blue light visible from directly in front of the center thereof.
No, nobody is confusing Christmas lights for police officers.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a picture there at x96.com/live. You would not confuse that with a cop car.
No.
Everybody appreciates the efforts and hard work they put in by all the law enforcement officials, but this is just bah humbug. Yep. Mean old Wyoming. Boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2. Nancy Mace is a delicate flower. Slave to the attention economy.
Yeah.
Representative Nancy Mace of South Carolina had an award-winning foster youth advocate arrested for shaking her hand.
That's it.
Folks who saw the event are shocked, confused, and outraged. The story goes that James McIntyre did nothing more than shake Nancy Mace's hand and let her know that children need her support. LGBTQ people need her support. Mace claimed physical assault and had McIntyre arrested. The incident took place outside of House of Representatives office building following an event honoring the anniversary of a landmark child welfare law where Mace, Republican, had given a speech. 3 witnesses at the scene told the Imprint, that's a news gathering organization, that their accused colleague, James McIntyre, had done nothing more than shake the Congress member's hand at the House reception and asked her to protect the rights of transgender people. But in a post on social media, Nancy Mace described a violent confrontation. I was physically accosted at the Capitol tonight by a pro-trans man. 1 new brace for my wrist, some ice from my arm, and I'll heal just fine, she said. But the Capitol Police arrested the guy. Your trans violence threatens my life and will only make me double down.
Threatened your life?
Attendees and organizers were shocked. A number of them have taken to social media and the press to decry Mace's performative attack on an innocent's credibility. I want to express deep disappointment in the fact that Congresswoman Nancy Mace came to a national foster youth event, told participating youth that it was a safe space, and literally then had one of them arrested by Capitol Police for simply shaking her hand and asking about trans rights, said Lisa Dixon, who is a veteran advocate for foster youth from Ohio.
She's horrible.
Remember, Nancy Mace is the congressperson accused of graffitiing her own home.
That's right.
To fundraise.
Because the handwriting matched.
Yeah. And to also...
And that gross baby birding video.
Yeah.
And to also, trying to prevent McBride, trans congresswoman, from being able to use the bathroom.
Also, she apparently posted about this on Twitter, and then she meant to comment from a burner account, but then forgot to log out of her main account.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't her. It was one of her people.
One of her people?
Because the way they said it was, she said this, or she said, not like it was, it's not her. It was one of her people.
She is just trying to get attention.
Yeah.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. He can come to the inauguration if he promises not to bring bear spray and a hatchet.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by...
America's first Nutcracker is nostalgic, charming, and magical. Witness the historic 80th anniversary of the Nutcracker, closing December 28th with the musical of Tchaikovsky, performed live by the Ballet West Orchestra. Get tickets at balletwest.org.
Well, after court proceedings, country music star Morgan Wallen going to have to attend a DUI education center, serve 2 years probation after a chair throwing incident in Nashville earlier this year. Wallen pleaded conditionally guilty, Your Honor, and was sentenced through judicial diversion to 2 misdemeanor counts of reckless endangerment. Wallen is accused of throwing a chair from 6 stories high while at a bar in early April. The chair crashed below at the feet of Nashville police officers. Mr. Wallen has cooperated fully with authorities throughout these last 8 months, directly communicating and apologizing to all involved in the incident. Mr. Wallen remains committed to making a positive impact through his music and foundation. The officers who were at risk of being hit said, "Okay, all right, we agree. But this won't be the last time."
Oh, no. He's trouble.
Yeah. Let's see. The Alliance for a Better Utah, which is... it says here a policy think tank. Ben Winslow wrote this story, and he included a left-leaning policy think tank.
That is true.
Filed a complaint with the Lieutenant Governor, Deidre Henderson. The group says that it reviewed Stuart Adams, the Senate president, his expenditures for his campaigns and political action committees, and found hundreds listed under entities like Bank of America or American Express with no clear indication as to where the money was spent, going back 14 years, and that is a violation of campaign laws. The recipients of over $428,000 in campaign expenditures and $79,000 in PAC expenditures have not been disclosed, the campaign said. Campaign finance laws exist to deter corruption or even the very appearance of corruption. By not adequately disclosing his finances for over a decade, President Adams has contributed to a lack of transparency and accountability in our election system, said Chase Thomas, the policy director for Alliance for a Better Utah. We hope this matter is resolved quickly so the public can have a clear picture of how campaign funds are being spent by Mr. Adams.
And I would say if you have been spending them properly, you should have no problem by acknowledging where those monies were spent.
In a statement to Fox News, Adams insisted, "I've always followed state disclosure laws and guidance from the Lieutenant Governor's office. And under a prior inquiry, I was told that I needed to do nothing further." Last week, he said he received updated guidance that new requirements would be issued beginning in January of 2025. "I have always been and remain fully committed to complying with campaign disclosure requirements. I will adhere to the updated guidelines issued by the Lieutenant Governor. But the claim that I failed to follow campaign disclosure requirements is not just inaccurate, it's a blatant falsehood." I don't think they'd make the claims if they didn't have something.
Yeah.
Let's see here. There was a vigil held to remember victims of gun violence in Utah. The Gun Violence Prevention Center says 493 Utahns lost their lives to gun violence in 2023. Those numbers are a 10-time high here in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy Halden, communication director with the Gun Violence Prevention Center of Utah, said the numbers in 2023 were up 50 from the previous year. 50 more than the previous.
Well, and the legislature will look at this as soon as they take care of those trans kids using the wrong bathroom.
Not a problem.
The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has announced it's implementing a new rule that will limit how much banks can charge on overdrafts beginning October 1st. This is Joe Biden getting into it. The announcement comes after a year of legal battles between the banking industry and the Biden administration. The decree gives the banks the option to charge $5 per overdraft or a fee that covers their losses. The Biden administration claims the overdraft fees are used to provide banks with enormous profits.
Sure.
They charge up to $30 sometimes for each overdraft. So they're going to limit. The banks are not happy with this. So I think it's going to be okay. Let's see.
But no one will thank Joe Biden for this. They will forget that he did it.
And Trump will take credit for it.
The head of NATO has warned the alliance must gear up for war or its members will flounder in the face of Russian aggression. Mark Rutte, NATO's Secretary General, said, "We are not ready for what is going to happen. The world must prepare for war." Mike Lindell, the inventor of the pillow and an owner of My Pillow, says not my personal pillow, it's a company called My Pillow, says his company was duped into borrowing $1.6 million at a 409% annual interest rate.
No, you're a terrible businessman.
It's the latest sign of financial distress for the far-right pillow salesman. Lindell, My Pillow, and 18 other corporate entities claim that Cobalt Funding Solutions and another company involved in the loan engaged in racketeering by extending a high-interest merchant cash advance, especially a payday loan for businesses. And Kimberly Guilfoyle, Trump's nominee to be ambassador to Greece.
Dad, can you get her out of the country for me?
Is the latest of his incoming proposed nominees with a history of sexual misconduct.
No.
Guilfoyle, a former Fox News host, was accused of sexually harassing an assistant at the network, which the New Yorker reported in 2020 resulted in an out-of-court settlement upwards of $4 million.
Well.
Guilfoyle denied the allegations at the time of the report, telling the magazine, "I have never engaged in any workplace misconduct of any kind. During my career, I have served as a mentor to countless women, with many of whom I remain exceptionally close to this day, and if they say otherwise, I'll sock them in the kisser." In 2018, the assistant, who worked under Guilfoyle, submitted a draft complaint to Fox executives saying, she's a monster.
Yeah.
And if you look at her, she's a monster.
Yeah, she's got the MAGA makeover.
Oh, man.
But Don's moved on to...
Yep.
A socialite.
Yeah.
And finally this, Sotheby's Auction House is selling a stone version of the Ten Commandments that it says is the world's oldest, dating to AD 300 to 800.
There were 15, but Moses dropped one of them.
The artifact comes even with a fun story about missing one of the commandments and having been used as a paving stone. But as with many artifacts from so long ago, experts have questions about the provenance and even the authenticity. It was discovered in 1943, and the guy who discovered it said, "This must be a stone that somebody carved."
Yeah.
You know, they're not claiming it's the Ten Commandments from Moses, but that somebody carved as a tribute.
No, we all know what happened to the Ten Commandments.
Exactly.
They're in the Ark of the
Covenant. They're in the Ark of the Covenant, and they've been there so long that they're sand now.
Yeah.
And if you open it up, bad things
melts
happen.
your face.
Yeah.
We all know. This
It's
is
beautiful.
It's history.
You know how I know that? I saw it in that movie, but also a burning bush told me about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it.
Weather, traffic.
Well, yeah, we do have the snow affecting your commute this morning pretty much everywhere. At least things are wet, if not snowy and slick. 39 is all the warmer it will get today. 60% chance of these showers continuing not only off and on today, but looks like throughout the weekend we'll have about a 60 to 90% chance of either rain or rain mixed with snow. It is going to be quite a bit warmer Saturday and Sunday. That's why this will probably be more rain down here in the valley. Traffic, friend of the program says there are a couple of accidents in Ogden, one on 2nd and Wall and the other on 12th Street by the Chevron headed to I-15. The accident on 12th has the car that ran into one of the gas pumps at the Chevron. It's very slick this morning. Also, I-15 northbound just before Riverdale Road, a semi stopped in the right lane, stayed to the left. Thank you, friends of the program, for alerting us to what's happening on the roads. You can, too, only if it's safe for you to text, though, 33986.
All right, here is boner candidate number 3. Well, he can come to the inauguration if he promises not to bring bear spray and a hatchet. I don't know what picture we have with this. I wish we had. Oh, I should have told you.
I think that's him.
It is, but he's making an obscene gesture. But there's a picture. Well, I'll get to it in a second. Of all the weapons he had with him. A Republican former House member and 3 current members of Congress from Utah have invited a January 6th defendant to President-elect Trump's inauguration, according to a letter filed by the defendant's lawyer. January 6th defendant Russell Taylor organized a group of fighters, as he put it, to travel to Washington, D.C. on January 6, 2021, in response to Trump's tweet telling supporters the day will be wild. Last year, Mr. Taylor pleaded guilty to a count of obstruction of official proceedings and cooperated with the government against members of the 3 Percenters militia group.
Wow.
Because he was in the 3 Percenters.
That's right.
Taylor, prosecutors wrote, went to the Capitol, led a mob that overran a police line while he was wearing an exposed knife on top of a bulletproof chest plate and carrying bear spray, a couple of hatchets, and other weapons in his backpack. There's a picture of he laid out all of his weapons on his bed in his hotel room.
Like porn.
Yeah, to take a picture of him to show people what he was taking to the Capitol. Taylor's lawyer, Dyke Hewish, yes, Dyke Hewish, filed a motion asking District Judge Royce Lamberth to allow Russell to travel to Washington with his wife and children for the inauguration. So who is inviting him to the inauguration? Former Utah Representative Chris Stewart.
Of course.
Who wrote that 3 other current members of the Utah congressional delegation join with me in extending this invitation. Hewish told NBC News that Taylor had friends in common but didn't meet Stewart himself until Taylor was sentenced to probation. Mr. Taylor has some family friends who knew the congressman, Hewish said. It's really a boring story. They're just friends. He said, hey, would you like to come to the inauguration?
How do you reconcile all of that stuff Bill read just before?
Yeah.
And think that on any planet that's okay?
If you're Congressman Stewart?
Yeah.
That's because you have no morals.
Yeah, exactly.
You really have no moral center. I go to church every week, I'll have you know.
But that means you are supportive of that behavior. And you can't say that you're not, because you don't have to invite him to the inauguration.
Taylor,
you are looking at all of that and going, yep, you're a guy I think should go.
This guy, Taylor, organized a group of patriots, he said, that are ready to function as operators in disruptions against tyranny. And I personally want to be on the front steps and be one of the first ones to breach the doors, he said. The weapons and tactical gear found on him included hatchets, 2 hatchets, a taser, stun batons, bear spray, tactical gloves, a helmet, and a plate carrier vest with a bulletproof plate.
He should not be allowed anywhere near the Capitol. And if the argument is, well, if President Trump's being inaugurated, he's not going to do anything,
that's not good
does
enough.
not make it okay.
No.
And it's Chris Stewart, and he said 3 other members of the delegation. So the news, some news source, contacted Blake Moore and Owens
All the others.
And they said, no, we didn't. No, we didn't say he should come to the inauguration. So Chris Stewart, what a weasel.
Yep.
It's probably Mike Lee. Mike Lee would be okay with
that. Mike Lee did not respond.
Yeah.
Did not respond. Okay. Well, there we go. Let's go.
Boner candidate number 3, he came to the inauguration. He can come to the inauguration if he promises not to bring bear spray and a hatchet.
All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, bah humbug, mean old Wyoming, not allowing cars wrapped up in Christmas lights to be on their roads. They'll pull you over. They'll give you a ticket.
Apparently we have the same law here in Utah.
Boner candidate number 2, Nancy Mace is a delicate flower. A trans person shook her hand at an event and said, please watch out for trans people. And she had him arrested and claimed that she was assaulted and he broke her wrist or sprained it or something. And then boner candidate number 3, he can come to the inauguration if he promises not to bring bear spray and a hatchet.
All right, let's vote for your boner of the day, 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or call Katie in the producer's booth. Give her your vocal vote at 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, December 13, 2024. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. You got about 300 seconds to get your vote in, so let's go. It's Boner of the Day.
Listen to Radio from...
It's called Beat Gina. And hey, everybody, accordions are in. Turn your group on with a combo accordion. It's easy to play, truly portable, charged with sound excitement. Combo accordions are electrified to let loose piercing lead and swinging chords in audio colors that will flip your audience. If you've ever played the piano, organ, or any keyboard instrument, you already know how to play the combo accordion. Don't miss out on the newest sound around. Rush to your local music studio or dealer for a free demonstration. They'll show you that accordions are what's happening. And speaking of what's happening, here's your host, Kerry Jackson.
All right. Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Accordions are in.
Combo accordion.
Plug in? Is that the electric part of it?
Yep.
Wow. I'm actually curious.
Okay.
All right.
Kurt Bester has one.
Does he now? Okay. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Alex.
Hi, Alex.
I got on. Woo-hoo! I'm getting those tickets, Gina.
I don't know. You got to beat me. That's how this works.
That's right.
You're going down.
Let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. Heads or tails, Alex?
We'll go with tails.
Tails? All right. Let's see what you get here. Heads.
I'm shaking right now.
It's heads, Alex. I'm sorry. That means Gina goes first.
Oh, no.
That means the first question is for her to answer on her own exclusively. If she gets it right, she gets the point. If not, I'll swing it back to you. Same question. You answer it correctly, and you'll steal the point away from her. We'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. Because it's M. Night Shyamalan's birthday today, it's M. Night Shyamalan movie trivia. All right?
Couldn't be more exciting, could it, Alex?
Exactly. We begin.
No, not at all.
Gina gets the first question. Gina?
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver suffered nightmares for 2 weeks after reading the script to what M. Night Shyamalan movie? Was it 1, Horror of the Humongous Hungan? Was it 2, The Village? Was it 3, A Nymphoid Barbarian in Dinosaur Hell? Or 4, Signs?
I'll go with Signs.
You think Signs, do you?
No?
No. Sorry. Alex.
Good for you, Alex.
Okay, well, then I guess I'll go with number 2.
The Village.
You betcha.
All right.
There you go. 1 point for Alex. And Alex controls the question.
Alex, what was M. Night Shyamalan's lowest budgeted studio feature film? Least amount of money spent on this film. Was it 1, Oversexed Rug Suckers from Mars? Was it 2, Fertilize the Blaspheming Bombshell? Was it 3, The Visit? Or 4, Lady in the Lake?
Number 3.
The Visit. Wow.
Well.
Man. All right. That's 2 points for Alex. We go to Gina now.
Gina.
What?
The plot of
Need to be belligerent.
The plot of Lady in the Lake.
The one I haven't seen. Okay.
Even more belligerent.
Okay. The plot of Lady in the Lake is based on what? Is it 1, strange women lying in ponds distributing swords as a basis for a system of government? Is it 2, a bedtime story Shyamalan wrote for his kids? 3, his Creature from the Black Lagoon sex swap fanfic that he wrote as a kid? Or 4, a dream he had?
How about a bedtime story?
Bedtime story is correct.
That's a point for Gina.
Phew.
It's 2-1 for Alex, but Alex controls the question.
Alex, what M. Night Shyamalan movie was rented by 80 million people in the year 2000, making it the year's top-rated VHS and DVD title? In the year 2000, 80 million people rented this. Was it 1, Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter? Was it 2, Unbreakable? Was it 3, The Ghost in the Invisible Bikini? Or 4, The Sixth Sense?
The 6 cents.
6 cents.
And Alex wins the game, just like that.
Wow.
Bing, bang, boom.
Earned.
I don't. You don't give me a chance to be magnanimous, Alex.
No, you earned it.
You're going to go
That's
see.
okay, Gina. I'll cheer for Blue October for you.
Okay, yes. Blue October, Saturday, October 24th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater, coming with Switchfoot and Matt Nathanson. If other people want to know about that show, they can go to x96.com.
All right, hang on the line, Alex. We'll tell you how to get those tickets.
All right, I've got to go. It's time for my accordion lesson. Oh. I'm coming, Kurt.
All right, 7:51. Time to award boner of the day.
And it's brought to you in part by tomato basil pasta.
And X96 of the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers invite you to help those at the road home this holiday season with needed blankets, coats, shoes, hats, and gloves. Drop off donations at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer. Go to x96.com for dealer locations. Spread the warmth and help others find their way home. We'll be next Wednesday at John Watson Chevrolet in Ogden. That'll be our last Road to the Road home stop before we actually do our show from the Midvale Family Shelter on Thursday and Friday.
Let's see. So we had, now boner candidate number 1, Bah Humbug, Mean Old Wyoming, 18 votes. I didn't expect it to do much. I kind of thought boner candidate number 3 would win. He could come to the inauguration if he promises not to bring the bear spray and a hatchet. And Chris Stewart, former congressman of Utah, inviting this 3%er to come to the inauguration. No. 178 votes. Boner candidate number 2, Nancy Mace is a delicate flower, wins boner of the day.
There you go. It's your boner of the day for today, December 13, 2024. Now qualified to be boner of the week. That'll be decided by Dave the Flower Guy when he waltzes in here at 9:50 and just tells us who boner of the week is.
So we've been talking a lot, as we would, about the shooter, the assassin, Mangione. Luigi Mangione, as Italian a name as you could possibly have.
Yes.
And he's from Altoona, Pennsylvania, I believe.
Well, no, he was arrested in Altoona.
He's arrested in Altoona?
He's from Baltimore.
Oh,
Maryland.
that's right. That's right. He was arrested in Altoona. And so we know that. He's Italian. He was arrested in Altoona. I got this text from my friend Jerry James, and it's just a screenshot of somebody's Twitter. And it's somebody in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and it says, all this town does is betray Italians. And there's a picture of something called Altoona-style pizza. Now, I looked at it, and I thought, what the hell? So it says, all this town does is betray Italians, and then there's Altoona-style Italian pizza. So I looked it up. There's a picture of it. I think we have a picture of it that Katie will put up. Altoona-style pizza. Listen, if you got there it is.
What is?
Okay.
All right.
Listen.
Alex, it's horrible.
I know. Listen to what it is. It's a distinct type of pizza created in the city of Altoona by the Altoona Hotel. The definitive characteristics of Altoona-style pizza are Sicilian-style pizza dough, tomato sauce, sliced green bell peppers, salami, topped with American cheese, and then pizzas cut into squares instead of wedges.
I thought that was bologna.
Yeah, no, the cheese says, while originally topped with Velveeta, Altoona-style pizza is now popularly topped with yellow processed cheese known as American cheese. The yellow squares of American cheese are a staple of the dish, used instead of mozzarella or provolone, common to, real pizza. The traditional toppings on a slice of Altoona-style pizza are the green bell pepper, cooked deli-style salami with peppercorns, notable for being underneath the pizza's cheese topping. The Altoona-style pizza originated at the Altoona Hotel, which was noted as serving a unique pizza. But the hotel burned down.
Good.
But restaurants around the areas said, well, we can't let the Altoona-style pizza die.
People love that.
Apparently. But, it puts me to mind of there are different dishes that, you
regional.
Yeah, like, was it Cincinnati-style chili, which is, as I recall, chili beans on noodles, spaghetti noodles.
Yeah.
And just...
So we were talking about this last night, actually.
Really?
Joe wants to make chili, and
oh God, what kind?
Well, we were talking about it, and I, whenever I hear chili, I think of my Uncle Tom. Tom Russell has a song called "Bowl of Red," which is a song about Texas chili.
Now, what's Texas style chili?
Well, the first lines of the song are, "You don't put beans in chili." So in Texas, chili is
con carne.
It is meat.
To me, chili is what I grew up with: hamburger, beans and tomatoes and probably some green peppers in there and some onions, and a lot of beans and meat. That's chili.
But it's, and Joe's like, I don't know if I can make chili without beans.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't make it. Just make it with beans.
Ask for Sue's recipe.
Does she have one with beans or without beans?
Without.
Well, what's it like?
It's we serve it on hot dogs. Chili dogs. It's the same kind of chili that she got when she was growing up at this local shop that they made their own chili and did chili cheese dogs.
Yeah,
and it's pretty intense. You have to put Guinness in it.
In chili.
Our good friend, I can't think of his name now, lives out in Harriman. He brought us some cans of Skyline chili, which is chili without beans, and it's used like on hot dogs and that kind of thing.
It's Tulsa style, but it's called Coney Islander chili. Coney Islander is the name of the place that they would go to, and it's beer, chocolate, and roux.
Yeah,
no beans.
Yeah. And it's kind of a thinner chili.
Oh, it's thick.
Is it?
Come on, Bobby, it's Frito pie with Wolf Brand chili night.
There you go.
Yeah, now Frito pie, you have to take a bag of Fritos and cut it open and put a scoop of chili in there.
People who have tried this pizza say don't knock it till you try it.
Well, I'd try it.
There are people that have had it?
I'd have it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would try it, but I don't. It looks kind of awful, doesn't it? In the picture. And there are several different pictures here, and all of them it looks awful.
Yeah, the pictures don't do it any justice at all, but I'd eat it.
Well, snow showers are still happening all over northern Utah. Snow plows are out and treating the roads. Slow down and give them some space. Get out of their way. Clear off your car. All the way around. A friend of the program says accident in South Ogden on Highway 89 near the Sinclair. There are actually quite a few up Ogden Way. Thank you for friends of the program for sending in those alerts. If you see something, say something, let us know. 33986.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back after these. KXRK Provo. Jimmy the Wine Guy is here. It's Have Another Drink with Jimmy after this.
Android phone near you a fart button.
No thanks.
And what do you mean? She says no thanks. You go, okay.
I go, okay.
At first reported by 9 to 5 Google, Android users on the beta update channel are noticing a new menu in calls made with the Google phone app, dubbed Audio Emoji. This surprise new feature gives callers a soundboard with 6 different sound effects, which both sides of the call can hear. So you're on a call with somebody.
There might be something else I want.
You're on a call with somebody. You could hear clapping, laughing, some sort of celebration, the sad trombone, wah, wah, ba-dum-tum, a rim shot. And for some reason, what do you mean for some reason? For a great reason, fart sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the only thing that's emoji about them is that the buttons to play the sounds are emojis. And so you're talking to somebody and you can go based on. I think that's great.
You just did it. Why do you need it?
It's
kind of cooler to do it this way.
Now, let's see who can make the best fart sound. Here's mine. Gina, Carrie. Carrie. Come on.
Let me.
No, not a real one.
Not a real one?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're in the 3rd grade. I'm sorry. All right, that's probably about it.
All right.
Wow, like the old man in Harriman did. He texted in and said, "What are we drinking in Harriman?" I said, "Well, we're going to tell you right now." Brought to you by Booze Teak, carries the most home bar and entertaining necessities, plus non-alcoholic wine, spirits, cocktails, and gift ideas. Open 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day in December, including Sunday. 315 East Broadway, close to the new downtown liquor store. Also brought to you by Clearwater Distilling, Utah County's first distillery, open Sundays. Holidays are nearly here. Get what you need for your gifts and holiday parties. Check them out at clearwaterdistilling.com and schedule your tasting today.
Have another drink, it'll make you feel better. Oh, there he is.
Yes, the season. Here he is. He's the man who cracks the whip over the people working on the rock pile at the Wine Academy of Utah.
On the rocks pile.
He's Jimmy Santangelo of wineacademyofutah.com. Good morning, Mr. Santangelo.
Good morning.
What are you shaking up for us?
Oh, my God. Clearwater Distillery. There's Sophie's Gin. We featured that before. Very herbaceous, old world meets new world style gin. I am making one of my summer favorite cocktails. This is our gin and tonic, but with pomegranate syrup.
Ooh, I love pomegranate.
And that makes it of the season, I guess.
Makes it of the season.
Gin, tonic, and pomegranate.
Because usually you think gin and tonic, you think, warm weather.
So what I have in here is, sorry, it's far away.
Oh, good.
What I have in here is our pomegranate syrup with fig concentrate. This is over at Whole Foods. You can get this. It's called Just Date, and no sugar added, so it's just those ingredients. And I like it because it's not too sweet and at all. And then I have lime. Yeah, then I've got lime in there. So I did I have the recipe and I can send it to you or put it on the website. So 2 parts Sophie's or 3 parts Sophie's, 2 parts of the syrup, and then 1 part of the lime. Shook, as you heard, strained into a glass with ice, and then topped with tonic.
Is this a Collins glass?
That's a Collins glass, yeah.
I like a thin Collins glass, and
very
this
delicate on your fingers.
Yes. And it's delicious.
Is it good?
It's
Let
really
me
good. I mean, that Sophie's gin that they make at Clearwater. I'm not a gin person, but that stuff is really good.
No, that's nice. The only thing I might have done with this is added just a scooch of simple syrup or honey water.
A little bit.
I think because it's a sour, it's a little tart.
That's an official
maybe
measurement.
I used too much lemon.
I like it.
I like it. I like it tart.
I like the Sophie's gin because Utah made, great label, Clearwater are friends, and they have they're just not afraid to be creative with producing the products. And it's all the stuff that they like. It's all they're not trying to go after like market trends and like let's get after this. They would never be the raspberry infused vodka guys. You know, they're always going to have a fine product, premium spirit, handsome packaging, and great labeling.
They have fun at with what they're doing.
They sure do.
Yeah. The Eau Clairs.
And I want to thank you for making us this drink because we have a management meeting later. So
yeah, I might actually finish this.
Make it a double.
Yeah.
I think I'll save mine and drink it at the meeting.
Well, speaking of Utah's own, if you will, I brought some Christmas gifts for you guys, and this is by IG Winery, our friends down in IG Winery. When I was down there, I got these. Look what they're producing.
What is this?
A sample of wine tubes.
Ooh,
you have 3 different wines in there. It's their wine right from their winery. It's brilliant. And
here, let me show you on the camera.
Cute.
My buddy Doug McCombs. It opens up.
There you go. See
panels.
Oh, look at that! They're kind of like they're bigger than, but test tubes.
Right. Yeah, it's a nice tube of wine, and I believe 200 mil. It might say on there, so it doesn't exceed a full bottle of wine. And it's just really fun. And when you're down there, they have 7 different wines that you can choose from. And to say, I want that one, you get 3 tubes, and you can choose from 7 different wines.
Tell me again how much is in there?
That's what we're looking at. I should have looked before.
I don't see it on there. Maybe your eyes are better than mine.
If we should open it and drink it, and I can tell how much I drank.
Because I kind of want to drink it right out of the test tube.
Well, yeah, why not?
Well, you could.
Look at that. Look how cute that. Now, wait a minute. Yeah. I was all excited about the thin Collins glass.
Oh, now you're.
That was before I knew that this was possible. Look how cute that is.
Now, are these available at all? Or?
So they're at the Winery Direct. In Cedar City, and they've got a beautiful tasting room there. There's a bar down there, and our friends at Clearwater will be happy. Once a year, I do tastings and trainings at IG Winery for their mixology staff, and we always go through a flight of Utah spirits. A lot of their cocktails are built around Utah spirits, and Clearwater graces their shells down there.
Oh. Well, it's very, very nice. So this is the only place you can get this is at the winery.
Yeah, for right now, that's where they have it, and just a brilliant. No one's doing that. No one's doing this. I just love that this is a possibility. Our local winery here at IG, and they're using all kinds of fruit from Utah to produce their wines as well as from afar.
Okay, I'll ask you a question you may not know. Why is it called IG?
Iron Gate. It was the name of when you have a farm or a ranch. That was it was Iron Gate. You went under the Iron Gate
arch.
Yep, and they had not embossed, or the I and the G were cut out of metal. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
We had a question because we talked about this last week, that limited edition whiskey release that's happening today.
Yes.
Do you recall?
I do. So at Sugar House Distillery, they're bottled in bond, 100 proof, 50% ABV. Go right to Sugar House Distillery to get your bottle today. It is, in fact, a limited release. You'll have your bottle number, rather, on there for you. And just delicious. They did have the release is today, Friday the 13th. That's right. Yeah. I know what I'm doing this afternoon.
What have you got coming up? Wine Academy of Utah.
Scotland, and it is filling up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't even have my postcards printed and received yet to market and promote at my events. June 21st, 2025, 9-day, 8-night trip, starting in and out of Edinburgh, all inclusive, but for airfare. Once you get there, put your wallet away and leave the rest to us. More information on the wineacademyofutah.com.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent.
And any Christmas events you're doing?
Yeah, I have I'm doubled and tripled up. The in-laws are in town, and my parents are coming in town.
Oh, wow.
I'm so busy. I'm hardly going to be home. I don't know what it is.
Jimmy Santangelo's Christmas vacation.
I don't know why I get so much business.
I get so much business when you guys are in town. I don't know what it is.
I know we're not officially taking questions for you, Jimmy, but somebody was asking if you do gift certificates.
Yes, right on the website. If you go to In-Home Wine Events, there's a gift certificate for there. My other venues, say at Leonardo Museum or Tracy Aviary, they do the billing and the merchant for that. So just email me direct and I can put you in contact with those folks. But the in-home wine events or the whiskey and history experiences, I manage, and absolutely a gift certificate to you today.
If you want to know where Jimmy is, it's on his website.
Yeah, wineacademyofutah.com.
There you go. Thank you very much. It's delicious.
Yeah. Really good drink.
All right. I would play your theme song, but I'm having some technical issues over here. So
have another drink
and make you feel better.
Have another drink and you feel all right.
All right, there we go.
When you get down and you're under the weather.
Thank you.
Very low visibility in Sardine Canyon between Logan and Brigham City. Snow is sticking to the roads. Use caution through there. Let's see. I actually don't have any other accidents to tell you about right now, but if you see something, please feel free to let us know. 33986. The Stateroom presents, bringing you live music memories. Check out Pink Talking Fish, a fusion of Pink Floyd, Talking Heads, and Fish, live at the Commonwealth Room on December 27th. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
You know, I love the Kinks for the theme song for Jimmy, but it occurs to me that maybe we should have Show Me the Way to Go Home. Tired and I want to go to bed. Had a little drink about an hour ago and it went right to my head.
Well, did they play it in Caddyshack? Not Caddyshack, the Bill Murray movie for when they were at the camp. What was the name of that movie?
It was called Camp.
Meatballs.
Meatballs.
That's the one. All right. Well, you may not get to hear it again because I think we may have just completely obliterated my program. So there we go.
Wow.
Yeah, fun, huh? You bump one thing, and that's all it takes.
Bump one thing.
Let's see. We got Beat Gina coming up after these messages. Without a theme song, perhaps, the way it looks. Beat Gina, easy to play, easy to win. What is the prize?
Oh, tickets to the Kilby Block Party, the whole damn thing, May 15th through the 18th.
All right.
I'll throw in some roller derby tickets, too.
Excellent.
A 4-pack.
Kilby Block Party tickets, 877-602-9696. Line up now. Let's play Beat Gina after these messages and a song. Stand by. RanLife.com/X96.
Use a local mortgage company. Which one? Well, Ran Life, of course. Ran Life, they've been doing mortgages here in the Valley for a long time. They've handled my mortgage in the past. And right now, Ran Life has a rate that's very, very attractive. 3.25% on a 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage for FHA and VA loans. 3.25%. That means you will have serious purchasing power. You can borrow lots of money, maybe up to $190,000 more to snag your dream home. You could get a bigger house, maybe a better location, get the gourmet kitchen you've wanted, a nice, really nice, maybe you want a pool. Maybe you could get that. It's all within reach. Don't wait. Turn your dream into an address with Ran Life. Visit ranlife.com/X96 and learn about their incredible new low rates. That's ranlife.com/X96. Let Ran Life help you unlock the door to your perfect home. You can watch Radio from Hell live on YouTube or at wasters, and then there are time wasters. And then there's Beat Gina. Not a time waster exactly, more of a time suck. But when you're in the box and playing Beat Gina, time ceases to exist. I'm your handsome announcer, Johnny O. You know, nothing beats starting your day on a cold winter morning with a hot bowl of Malt-O-Meal wheat cereal. Malt-O-Meal is smooth and creamy and double flavored. Yes. That's right. 2 flavors in every delicious spoonful. Sun-rich wheat and toasted malt. Good. Double good because it's double flavored. It's a treat for the whole family, and it cooks in just 3 minutes. Buy Malt-O-Meal wheat cereal today and start serving it for breakfast tomorrow. And try new chocolate-flavored Malt-O-Meal, too. And now, he's smooth and creamy in his own way. Here's your host, Harry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny.
You're welcome.
The chocolate was my favorite. All right. Let's see. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Adam, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, Adam, you are our contestant today. Let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. Heads or tails, please.
Heads.
Toss app says tails. Gina Barberi. Her streak continues.
You are one step further away from winning this knife package from Knapp's Knives.
Very nice.
Right on.
All right, so Adam, the first question is for Gina to answer. It is various pop culture trivia, potpourri, as we like to say. Now, if she gets the question correct, she gets the point. If not, Adam, I'll allow you to steal the point away, and we'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. Again, potpourri because, well, I've got a stack of questions that have not been used, so let's use them up. All right, so here's the first question. Gina, here we go. First 2 questions are gun trivia.
Okay.
All right. We'll show you. We're not these bleeding heart libs. We
know guns.
We know guns.
We pack.
We do. All right. The gun used by Christian Bale in 310 to Yuma.
Okay.
Was what model? Was it 1, the 1860 New Army Colt? Number 2, the Blastech Industries E11 medium rifle. 3, the DH-17 close combat blaster pistol by Blastech Industries. Or 4, the 1851 Navy Colt.
I'm going to go with number 1.
The 1860 New Army Colt?
Yeah.
There we go. Adam, you have a chance to steal.
Adam.
Wow, that would have been my guess. So I'm going to go. Can I hear the answers again?
Number 2, the Blastech Industries E11 medium rifle. Number 3, the DH-17 close combat blaster pistol, also by Blastech Industries. Or number 4, the 1851 Navy Colt.
Correct.
You should have went Navy, Gina.
There you go.
Navy.
See, I thought you were trying to trick me, though. I overthought it.
You know what?
You overthought it.
Trick yourself.
Yes.
All right, Adam, you have 1 point and you control the question.
All right. Another gun question, Adam. What gun is used in Thelma and Louise? Is it 1, the Blastech Industries E11 medium rifle? Number 2, the 6-shot Colt Detective Special. Number 3, the DH-17 blaster close combat pistol produced by Blastech Industries. Or 4, the Colt 45.
I'll go with D.
The Colt 45?
Well, it works every time,
It
doesn't
doesn't work this time.
No.
B.
The 6-shot Colt Detective Pistol.
That's right. It's 1-1. Now Gina controls the question.
Gina.
Yes.
In Jason Bourne, the movie,
yes,
Tommy Lee Jones plays a CIA agent. In what other movie does he play a CIA agent? Is it 1? All his movies. That's all he knows how to play. You know it. I know it. Come on. Number 2, No Country for Old Men. 3, Under Siege. Or 4, Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
No Country for Old Men.
You'd think so.
No.
No.
No, he's a sheriff. Or a marshal.
Sheriff or marshal.
That's Adam, your steal.
Yes. Was it 3 answers?
Under siege.
That's right.
Yes.
You got it, Adam. Even you didn't intend to get it, and you got it. All right, Adam. It's 2-1, and you control the question. See if you can get this one.
Adam, Archie trivia. In the comics, the town of Riverdale is actually based on the small town of what? Is it 1, Hiawatha, Kansas? Is it 2, Booger Hole, West Virginia? 3, Hoboken, New York? Or 4, Breeding, Kentucky, where the slogan is, enjoy breeding?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know anything about Archie. The first one.
Hiawatha, Kansas.
You win the game, Adam. Nicely done.
Yes, Adam.
Adam, you'll really enjoy this NAF's knife package. It's a very fine prize.
Yes.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
All right, hang on.
Hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get that.
I got to go find a bowl of mush.
Would you? Voodoo Daddy. Just because.
It's Christmas.
No, it's Christmas. 8:24. Oh, sorry.
Oh, just let it go.
Sorry.
I want to keep
Clearly from my own music selection. Let's see. It's Beat Gina, brought to you by
X96 presents the Kilby Block Party, coming to the Utah State Fair Park May 15th through the 18th, featuring Weezer performing their critically acclaimed Blue album, plus New Order, Beach House, Justice, Devo, and many, many more. Tickets are on sale now at KilbyBlockParty.com.
Well, it's time to join smart kids everywhere and play along with today's edition of the Beat Gina game show. I'm Beat Gina booth announcer Johnny O. If you're looking for some extra income, I have a proposition for you.
What's that?
Make extra cash by raising giant frogs.
Huh?
That's right. These Newfoundland giants are in big demand. Millions of these huge croakers are used yearly. They demand good prices year-round. One breeder lays up to 20,000 eggs yearly. Nationwide markets are waiting for all that you can ship. Get ready now for the next spawn. Send for this informative book that tells you how one small pond can start you on the way to raising giant frogs.
Wow.
Men and women, send for this illustrated free folder today. Do it now, and before you know it, you'll be raising giant frogs. Send to Albert Brohl, owner of Brohl Frog Farms, and Brohl's Canned Frog Legs. P.O. Box 506, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yes.
And now, here he is, the host with the most. He's too much. Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Johnny Ola, professional game show announcer.
Giant frogs.
Giant croakers.
Canned frog legs.
Croakers. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Henry today.
Hi,
Hello.
Henry.
Hey. Hi, Gina.
All right, Henry, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game. If you call it correctly, you decide
Heads or tails?
Henry?
Tails?
Tails.
All right, here we go. Nope.
Hey,
Dropped
is
it.
on the floor?
It's on the floor, but it is tails.
Okay.
There you go.
It came up tails. All right, Henry, the first question is, I knew that was going to happen one of these times.
Yeah.
The first question is for you to answer on your own. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer the same question. And if she gets it correct, she'll steal your point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. We've got potpourri.
You never know what you're going to get.
You never know what you're going to get. But these first few questions are Archie trivia. Archie, Riverdale, the TV show. Archie comics.
Comic book, yeah.
Things like that.
Not Bunker.
Not Bunker, no. So we got that for you. All right. Henry, first question for you. In the Archie comics, what kind of band is Moose in? Marmaduke Moose Mason is the character's full name. I bet you didn't know that. But what kind of band is Moose in? Is it 1, heavy metal? Is it 2, cuddlecore? Is it 3, country truck driving music? Or 4, lip syncing?
Wow. Let's go lip syncing.
That is correct.
Well, there's a point for Henry.
Wow.
I would not have guessed that.
Me neither.
Now to Gina.
Gina, what is the Bee?
Okay.
What is the Bee? Is it a local hangout, 1? Is it 2, the less important plot line of every issue or episode? 3, the principal, Waldo Weatherby? Or 4, the highest grade Jughead ever got on his human sexuality class?
It's the principal, isn't he?
Principal Weatherby.
Yes, 1-1. Back to Henry.
All right, Henry. In season 2 of Riverdale, the TV show, the drug being pushed is called blank. It's also a title of a song by the Archies. What is the drug? Is it 1, Sugar Sugar? Is it 2, Captain Jack? Is it 3, Comfortably Numb? Or is it 4, Jingle Jangle?
Wow. Sugar, sugar.
You'd think that.
Oh, that would be my guess, yes.
Must be Jingle Jangle.
Jingle Jangle.
Oh, sugar, sugar.
Oh, sorry.
Honey, honey.
You are my candy girl. Oh, that's a sinister. Oh, this is getting sinister.
It's a 2-1, Gina's favor, and Gina controls the question.
Gina.
Yes.
We got Law and Order trivia.
Okay.
Let's see.
You mean the TV show?
The TV show, Law and Order. Let's see. What does the pilot episode of Law and Order Organized Crime mark? Organized crime. Is it 1, Christopher Maloney's first time back on TV since he left Law and Order SVU? Is it 2, footage of William Shatner being murdered in the opening credits?
Yeah.
Is it 3, the first time all 5 Stabler kids are seen on screen together? Or 4, the first murder by high-intensity sounds, or the case of death by stereo?
I'm going to say Chris Maloney being back.
You'd think that.
No?
Oh.
Time to get back in the game, Henry.
I'll choose answer number 3.
Number 3, first time all 5 Stabler kids are seen on the screen.
There we go. It's 2-2, and now Henry controls the question. Henry, you have the control of the game.
All right. Let's see. Here we go. Another Law and Order Organized Crime question. Law and Order Organized Crime doesn't do what? Is it 1, end well? 2, the ripped from the headlines formula? 3, allow for the plot to get in the way of the story? Or is that the other way around? Or 4, doesn't show Olivia Benson?
I'm going to take answer number 2.
Number 2 is correct.
And Henry, you win the game.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Nicely done.
There.
Nicely done, Henry.
Good.
You're going to go to Kilby Block Party. Oh, and Bill told me he's got 4 tickets for the roller derby bout tomorrow for you, too. If you want to buy tickets, you can go to saltlakerollerderby.org. Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you what to do. Listen, I've got to go home. Mrs. Ola has promised me some sautéed frog legs and vichyssoise soup.
Croakers. News.
news brought to you by.
Are you struggling with weight loss? Empathetics Wellness is offering the revolutionary GLP-1 weight loss injections for just $99 a month for the first 2 months, then only $279 a month with no contracts. Go to empatheticswellness.com.
By the way, I checked it, looked it up. That's a real thing. New raising giant frogs.
Oh, yeah.
In the 30s, when people were struggling for money, this guy in New Orleans, he had this, and he produced canned frog legs. Did not catch on. Did not catch on.
All right.
3 men have filed separate lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs on Thursday, accusing the music mogul of raping them. These are 3 men. According to court documents obtained by HuffPost, each of the men claimed that Combs drugged them and sodomized them between the years of 2019-2022. All 3 accusers, who were identified as John Doe, are seeking a trial by jury and unspecified damages. One Doe's lawsuit claims that he had unknowingly consumed a drugged drink, lost consciousness at Combs' house where this all occurred. John Doe attempted to resist but was unable to do so. And there are 2 other guys with charges. It just never stops here.
No,
never stops. And you sort of have the tendency, or I have the tendency to think some of this is true, but maybe not all of it.
I mean, his parties were legendary.
It's true.
In that set.
Yeah. Utahns over the age of 66 years of age have until December 31st to apply for some extra money from the state. The state's renter refund program had a record-breaking number of applications in 2023, but has a ways to go to meet those numbers this year. Senior advocates and champions for affordable housing in Utah have used this month, Circuit Breaker Renter Refund Awareness Month, to spread word among seniors that dollars are available for them to use if they apply. It's a great program that gives vital assistance to people in need, offering them help with their property taxes or as an assistance to qualified renters, said Jerry Schmidt, a senior advocate in Utah. But in a 2022 report to the legislature, the Kem C. Gardner Policy Institute estimated that only 1 in 5 seniors who qualify for the program actually participate in the program.
Oh.
It's extremely easy to apply for the rental refund program, and there is plenty of time left to apply. The Renter Refund Program provides seniors older than 66 years of age who rent or have lived in Utah during the entirety of the previous calendar year and have earned less than $41,000 per year with a maximum $1,259 to use as they see fit. It's intended to provide low-income seniors with financial help. So it's the Renter Refund Program, and you can go to just look for Circuit Breaker Renter Refund Awareness. You'll find you'll be able to Google it and find the information how to apply. Salt Lake City leaders, the Board of Education, for instance, other Salt Lake City leaders are taking up the issue of deportation. As the specter of deportation of illegals in the country grows, leaders in Salt Lake are taking up the issue. They're hearing from worried and angry residents.
Yep.
Salt Lake Board of Education reaffirmed its safe school resolution, given worries among some caused by President Trump's plans to boost the deportation of immigrants here. The measure, first approved in 2017, expresses district support for all students regardless of immigration status. Among other things, it commits the district to doing everything in its lawful power to guard against the possibility of immigration raids on schools. But if there are immigration raids on schools, what can they do?
Exactly. And I don't know what you're worried about. Surely he wouldn't deport you.
Likewise, the Salt Lake City Council on Tuesday heard from numerous residents pressing for a proclamation of support from the body for the city's immigrant community. The city council didn't take any action, but Councilwoman Eva Lopez Chavez issued a statement expressing support for immigrants and decrying Governor Cox's announcement last month that he'd work with the federal officials to pursue Trump's immigration objectives. Yep. As the proud daughter of Mexican immigrants, I know firsthand how hard the pathway to citizenship can be and how harmful mass deportation policies are to our most vulnerable, she said in a statement. And a study out. I don't have it right in front of me, but it's in my news files here somewhere. When you study what impact mass deportation will have on the economy in general, it will be really bad.
I just don't understand why we don't put these resources toward making it easier to get legal status and making it easier to come here legally.
Yes.
Why can't we focus on that?
Gina, you don't understand because you are not a racist.
Is that the thing? That's the problem.
It's racism. Yeah. It's just racism, plain and simple. A former FBI informant accused of fabricating a claim that President Biden and his son Hunter were each paid $5 million bribed by a Ukrainian oligarch has agreed to plead guilty to a range of federal charges, including the fact that he lied about all of that.
Yes, all of it.
Alexander Smirnov, a profiteer, fixer, and gossip based in Las Vegas, reached a deal with the special counsel overseeing the investigation into Hunter Biden, saying, yes, it's true. I lied about all of that stuff.
But it doesn't matter now. He
It's
lied.
too late.
He lied at the right time.
Yeah, why didn't we get this before the election?
An independent watchdog investigation into the January 6th, 2021 attack on the United States Capitol, released recently, found no evidence that federal agents were involved in inciting the violence, repudiating baseless claims made by Donald Trump, made by people around him, made by Stone, made by Mike Lee, that the FBI played a major role in the attack.
Again,
there
before
is
the
no
election.
evidence. No evidence.
No, before the election.
Here's some good news. Euthanasia is now the cause of death in 1 in 20 in Canada. 1 in 20.
Really?
Yes. 1 in 20 people die euthanasia. Stanley, people love those Stanley cups.
Yeah.
Well, they've recalled 2.5 million of them.
What?
Dozens of burn reports have prompted a major recall of Stanley mugs. The Consumer Product Safety Commission announced on Thursday that about 2.6 million switchback and trigger action travel mugs are being recalled because their lid threads can shrink when exposed to heat and torque. That will cause the lid to detach during use, posing a burn hazard. Hot, scalding coffee.
So it's too hot.
Coming all over, pouring all over you.
Wow.
The mugs were sold in 3 sizes, 12, 16, and 20 ounces. You can identify the mugs because they have the Stanley logo on the front and the bottom. And then here's a list of identification numbers, which I will not read to you because you
look it up.
This is good. A pharmacist, it's holding here a picture in front of me, a vial of something called lenacapavir. Have you heard about this?
No.
The lenacapavir serum is possibly the key to eliminating HIV.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good news.
Let's see. Trying to see the data surrounding lenacapavir is so astonishing that the drug's development has been heralded as a 2024 breakthrough of the year by the journal Science. It described it as representing a pivotal step toward diminishing HIV/AIDS as a global health crisis. Dramatic findings from lenacapavir's trial said that there were 5,300 cisgender women in South Africa and Uganda in news which headlined AIDS 2024 conference in Munich. Early results indicated 100% efficacy. Not a single woman who received the drug since the trial began had contracted HIV.
Wow, that's amazing.
It protects you again. I guess once you have it, doesn't cure it. But it
keeps you from getting it.
It keeps you from getting it.
Huh.
And finally, this. Apparently, Neanderthals and humans mated more recently than previously thought.
Ooh.
Anthropologists have long known that the two groups, humans, modern humans, and Neanderthals, they have known that they inbreed or they crossbred.
Well, there's that couple in the Geico commercials.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
Adorable.
Apparently, I think all of us have some Neanderthal genes in us. But a study published Thursday in the journal Nature found that humans mixed with Neanderthals between 49,000 and 45,000 years ago. Another study published the same day says was a similar timeline. Previous research pegged the timing as early as 60,000 years ago. So it actually happened pretty late in our evolution, said one archaeogeneticist. He said, yeah, hey, you see that Neanderthal chick over there? She's pretty hot.
Well, I didn't come from no monkey's butthole.
No.
All right.
No.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Let's see. I always get his name wrong. Tua Tagovailoa?
That's close, yeah.
Something like that. Well, he's got a warning for potential NFL home burglars. I am armed and I have personal security. Think twice about robbing my house, because that's the thing now.
Yeah, the fact that he's armed while he's playing. That's when
he's got a sidearm while he's playing, but he told reporters this week that he hired personal security, which I'm shocked that they all don't have this already. Let's see, Utah Hockey Club won last night. They beat Colorado Avalanche 4-1. They play the Sharks tomorrow. Puck drops at 8 for that, Bill.
Okay.
The Jazz, who are 5-18, are home tonight against the Phoenix Suns, who are 12-11. Puck drops on that at 7:30. Okay, traffic. So we've got snowy conditions. A crash eastbound I-80 approaching the East Canyon exit. It's been moved over to the right shoulder, but visibility is reduced, and roads are slippery with snow through that area. Very low visibility in Sardine Canyon between Logan and Brigham City. Snow is sticking to the roads there. Seems like down in the valley here it's mostly just wet, but we have heard about people having issues up in Ogden.
I've got some accumulation up on Mount Doom.
Accumulation on Mount Doom up at Mount Olympus there. So just be aware roads could be slick. Give yourself some extra space. Make sure you clean your car off before you leave. Clark Planetarium proudly presents Laser Trans-Siberian Orchestra, a holiday music journey going on now through December 31st. Don't miss this breathtaking laser light spectacle in the Hanson Dome Theater. Get tickets at clarkplanetarium.org.
Listen to Radio from Hell and Home when you first wake up. Just type
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
This is from the Deseret News, and I don't know if they surveyed people for this or it's just the writer's opinion of where the best French fries in Utah are. It's National French Fry Day today. But it says this article was originally published in January, but it has been updated for National French Fry Day. There are dozens of places that have excellent fries of different kinds. And without further ado, here are where you can guess the best fries in Utah and why. Now, the first one on the list, and I don't know if this is in any order. It's just, a list. And I disagree with this one.
Okay.
Crown Burger.
What do you mean?
I don't care for Crown Burger fries at all. They're too fat and too mealy inside.
You're not eating them hot then, are you?
Yes, I am. I always get Crown Burger onion rings because
I usually get the onion rings
because I don't care for their French fries.
Well, you got to eat them hot.
Well, Gina, I don't make it a habit of eating cold French fries.
If you wait till you get home, you got to eat them in the car.
It says here they are. Here's why I don't like them. This is the way they say why they like them.
Okay.
It says they are thick and salty. They are not as crispy as other places, but what makes them stand out is their fresh taste. I don't agree. Number two, and I agree with this one, and I think these are the best French fries in town. Bruges Belgian Bistro.
Oh, it's their specialty.
The Bruges fries. They are crispy, well salted, and have great dipping sauces, and they're great. I agree with this one as well, although I have to tell them don't put salt on them. Tony Burger. They have the skinny fries.
I like the skinny fries.
And they're shoestring fries, and they're really quite good. Haven't had these. Spitz. Mediterranean place.
Oh, Katie likes those.
I'm not, no.
And then they say they have street cart fries loaded with different toppings. Lucky 13 fries. I've had them, but I don't remember them.
I usually get onion rings at Lucky 13 as well.
They have, it says...
They're okay.
Cajun fries if you want. Garlic rosemary fries. Cubby's, not familiar with it. They do a crinkle cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently they have a pretty good burger. I've been to
Cubby's. Crinkle cut sweet potato fry at Cubby's. Do we count sweet potato fries
I
as
don't know.
fries?
I think that should be a separate category.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think sweet potato
It's its
fries
own
are
thing.
They're not fries. They're
They're good. They're sweet potato fries, but they're not.
Wait, hold on, you two. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't.
Sweet potato is a potato. It's a tuber.
But it's a different
It is deep fried.
But they were making just regular potato fries for decades before somebody said, "Hey, why don't we do it with a sweet potato?"
It tastes different.
They're both tubers.
And then this is the final one on the list. But I also have the list of where the best fry sauces are. Guru's Cafe. I don't even know where that is.
I don't know where that is.
It doesn't say in the article.
It does not. And this is also sweet potato fries.
Oh, this is why you don't know. It's in Provo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Sweet potato fries. And then they also have an adjacent list where are the best fry sauces. So Greek souvlaki, number 10.
Really?
Number 9, Arctic Circle. I think Arctic Circle is the best fry
Yeah.
sauce because they invented it. Number 8, the Purple Turtle. That's in Lehigh.
We did a show from there.
Yeah,
once,
and I remember the fries being really good.
Yeah.
Crown Burger. Their fries are
they have a
pretty
good fry sauce, yeah.
I use it on
You
the
know
onion
what?
rings.
Depends on the Crown Burger you go to. Because some of them have relish in them, and some of them don't.
Oh, really?
And I do not care for a relish in my fry sauce. That's just Thousand Island, and you're cheating.
Tony Burgers, they have something that it called Tony sauce, and it's essentially fry sauce. Cubby's Chipotle fry sauce. Chom Burger. Don't know where that is.
No idea.
CHOM?
Yeah, Chom Burger. They have Chom sauce.
That doesn't. Okay.
And number 3, Station 22. Don't know where that is. Number 2, Hires Big H.
Yes.
Yeah, good. They have good fry sauce.
Chom Burger's in Provo, too.
That's why we don't know.
I don't eat anything at Hires anymore.
What do you mean?
I don't eat anything at Hires anymore.
I love Hires.
I became disenchanted with their food some years ago.
I am enchanted with Hires.
And Bruges waffles and frites, because they have the great fries and they have all kinds of dipping sauces for the French fries.
There you go.
So there you go.
Thank you very much.
986.
All right, 8:48 right now.
We got a couple of lists here.
It's sponsored Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice, paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or hastergames.com.
Couple of lists.
Yeah.
Do you want to do dueling?
Is it dueling lists?
Kind of.
All right.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
I had this that I've had for a while, the 50 worst inventions of all time.
Worst inventions.
Yeah, from Time magazine.
All right.
I've done some of them already, but
And?
I have 30 popular historical facts that are totally made up.
Things that you think are facts, but are not.
go ahead, you start.
Okay.
The first one is, Einstein, he flunked math.
Yeah, I thought that was true.
No, he did not.
I never heard that one.
He failed his college entrance exam because he bombed the botany, zoology, and language sections. He did just fine on the math.
That's where they
part.
come from, where it comes from.
Yeah, did not fail math, but he did struggle to.
Among the worst inventions of all time, auto-tune.
Disagree.
Says a technology that can make bad singers sound good and really bad singers sound like robots. And it gives singers who sound like Kanye West or Cher the misplaced confidence that they too can croon. Thanks a lot, computers.
Cars were invented in America.
Oh.
Not Henry
No.
Ford.
Not Henry Ford?
Nope.
No, he invented the process for assembly line and making them.
Oh.
Nicolas Cugnot, a Frenchman, was the first person to actually create a vehicle in 1769. It was a steam-powered car, and he made it for the French military.
Oh.
And the Ford was not even the first car sold in America. Ransom Olds.
Yeah.
The Oldsmobile was the first car
Really?
sold here.
Okay.
Worst inventions of all time. How about Honegar? It is exactly what it sounds like. Invented in 1959 by Dr. DeForest C. Jarvis, Honegar was equal parts honey and apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
And you were supposed to drink it. And it was supposed to be healthy.
It's supposed to be healthy.
The honey helps the medicine go down.
I was gonna say, 'cause that
bad invention.
It could be tasty.
A bad invention.
All right.
The founding fathers founded this country on religion.
Oh, I knew that. That's not true.
Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin were deists, meaning they believed in God but did not subscribe to any specific religion. George Washington was Episcopalian. John Adams was Unitarian. John Adams even claimed the government of the United States is not, in any sense, founded on the Christian religion. If there was any source of faith or influence on the founding fathers in the country, it would have been that of deism. So just a general, we think God is a thing, and but not any specific Christian.
Yeah,
that one I knew. Okay.
Worst inventions of all time: pay toilets.
Yeah.
Just, you know what that is, pay toilet. You don't see them much.
Nope.
But you used to.
Yeah.
You got to pay to get into the toilet.
Washington had wooden teeth.
That is not true.
Not
they were
true.
made like of ivory or deer's hooves.
Or
horn
even, dentures at the time were either made from ivory or dead people's teeth.
Dead people's teeth that you put in your mouth.
Well, they clean them off. Let's see. Smell-o-vision. One of the worst inventions of all time. Did not last.
I don't know.
It didn't last because it was so stupid. But they would, like a theater, in a movie theater, and whenever, like if somebody would be baking bread, they'd figure out a way to waft the smell of baking bread over the... It was stupid.
I mean, they refined it later for some of these Disney attractions, but anyway.
All right.
Paul Revere riding his horse, shouting, "The British are coming! The British are coming!"
One up by land, two up by sea.
That did not happen?
The idea of Paul Revere riding through the streets yelling, "The British are coming," it makes for a good story, but it didn't happen. First of all, the colonies were technically British, so it wouldn't make sense to ride through the town going, "The British are coming."
We're already here.
What he did do, though, was ride through towns and whispering to people. Oh, by the way, what he said was the regulars are coming.
The regulars.
I guess the regulars were the.
So he was just. So this is just a matter of being misquoted.
Yeah, but we all have the vision of him yelling, "Oh yeah!" No, he's like, "Hey, yeah, but by the way, they're coming."
Fake ponytails, among the worst inventions of all time. Fake ponytails.
For ponies?
No, for people.
For people.
Yes. It says, really, if you're going to use a fake ponytail, it doesn't matter how much you spend on it. People can tell it's fake.
Cinderella wore glass slippers.
Well,
Cinderella's
not real.
Well, Disney films don't really put facts high on the list when they're making a movie. If you ever thought Cinderella's glass slippers seemed very impractical, you'd be right. There's tons of variations on the fairy tale, but the earliest describes Cinderella wearing slippers made of white squirrel fur. And that sounds just cozy and warm.
It does, yes.
The tale was rewritten in 1697, replacing the word ver with ver, which sounds very similar, but ver means glass.
And that's where the
So it was a
mistake.
Well, I'm glad they did that, because I would have just, when I was a kid, I would have just been upset about the poor squirrels who gave their fur for her slippers. Here's another worst invention. Head on. You remember this? Looked like a chapstick, big head chapstick. Head on claimed to be able to relieve headaches by just rubbing it on your forehead.
I do remember that, yeah.
The Better Business Bureau says Head On failed to provide any reliable testing to support its claims. Many doctors agreed there was no scientific basis that it cured headaches.
It was just like icy hot.
The company claimed that there was a homeopathic benefit.
Yeah.
Still, Head On commercials were more likely to prompt a headache than to cure one.
Sounds to me like with the way things are going today, the business, we could bring Head On back.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
And it would succeed just fine.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
All you'd need is the proper TikTok influencer to sell it, and you'd be fine.
I'm pretty sure I bought that at one time.
I'm going to get that.
Real quick before we get to traffic. Public service. There you go.
Friend of the program says, new accident. Highway 89 Layton, 2 left lanes are blocked. I'm not sure which direction that is, though. Please let me know. Crash eastbound I-80 approaching East Canyon. I'm looking at the UDOT camera there. Visibility is not great through there, and the roads look very slick. Low visibility also in Sardine Canyon between Logan and Brigham City. Snow sticking to the roads there. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, if you can let us know, I appreciate it when you do. 33986.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a song with the Boner Recap game. Easy to play, easy to get the prize. All you have to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, go ahead and cheat. Go to x96.com, click on the box that says Boners December 13, 2024, and it'll say winner right there. What is the prize?
The prize is tickets to, oh, yes, this is the used. They go on sale today, actually, at 10 a.m., so this is still a win it before you can buy it situation. They're in town May 3rd, May 5th, May 6th, and each night they're doing a different album.
Cool. Used tickets.
I'll throw in a 4-pack of roller derby tickets, too, as a bonus.
We'll get those for you after these messages and a song. Line up, 877-602-9696. Lim Jewelers.
Yeah, think about your Christmas shopping, and we love to tell you to shop local. Lim Jewelers is a local family-owned business. They've been there for 75 years. Your ring looks nice, Bill, by the way.
Yeah, isn't it nice?
Yeah, Erica at Lim Jewelers cleaned up Bill's ring just nicely. Go in there, and they have tons of stuff in the case there for December shopping. Or you know what you could do?
What?
You can go in and put a wish list together. Like, there are couples who are like, I don't know what to get you. Help me out. I want to get you something you like. You can go into Lim Jewelers and go in and pick out a couple different things and then send your significant other in there and say, I picked a few things in there. Maybe you'll see something there.
I see.
You know, it's a good idea.
That's easy.
It's stacking season. They have rings, bracelets, necklaces, getting you ready to make your look just great. And December 15th, Saturday, is the deadline for custom orders. You can have something made special for Christmas, but you have to do it today or tomorrow, or they won't have time to get it done before Christmas. Lim Jewelers in Midvale.
Missed a morsel of murder from your crime desk expert.
Things that must go on the radio.
These are things that are bugging you. You can't stand them anymore, our dear friends of the program. Things that you want out of your life. You say, I can't bear it. These are things that must go. So you send them to us, radiofromhell@x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, and if we read yours on the air, maybe it'll make you feel better. And sometimes we understand these things magically do disappear from your life once we read them. Things that must go. I'll go first. I got a couple of my own. I mentioned this one yesterday, the Gatorade bath at the end of football games. I just think that's just such a stupid tradition. It's a waste of Gatorade.
And
it makes the coach cold and sticky. I don't. You know.
It's tradition.
Yeah, well, fine. And so is, and then the other thing that must go is what I call the announcer chuckle. It's a guy reading commercial copy, and he puts a little chuckle in his voice here and there at places where it doesn't even mean anything. As we recover from the holiday madness and try to get our homes back in order, we're back to day-to-day grinds. It's the announcer chuckle. That must go.
The announcer chuckle.
Yeah. This one says, from friend of the program, Holly in West Jordan, you can use my name. When the clock strikes midnight on New Year's Eve and you give your significant other a celebratory kiss,
yes,
and then over the next days you realize you're feeling sick.
Oh.
Then you take a COVID test and you find out you're positive. COVID or what other illness you want to insert here, transmissions must go.
Yeah.
Well, we're headed into the triple-demic. So,
yeah. Listen, folks, get your shots. If you're not vaccinated, do it. This one says, let's see. I sent this in a few weeks ago, but it was over the holidays. I don't know if you got it. Drivers who do not use turn signals must go. My wife and I are avid bicyclists. When riding on the roads, we are constantly vigilant of motor vehicles. At intersections, especially those with stop signs or stop lights, we look for many, many clues as to a driver's intention. We look at the vehicle for any signs of movement. We try to make eye contact with the driver so we know that they're aware of our presence. Difficult to do if the windows are tinted. We look at wheels or to see any movement. And finally, we look for turn signals. If we're at a stoplight and we see a right-hand turn signal, we will typically try to move to the left so the car can make the right turn. We try to be considerate when we can. So please, please, please be considerate of bicyclists and pedestrians and use your turn signal. And please don't cut in front of us. If there's an accident, you may get a scratch or a dent, but we suffer broken bone scrapes, bruises, and a broken bike. That's from Timbo. Says, yes, there are some inconsiderate bicyclists, but there are also a lot of inconsiderate motorists, so don't lump us all together. Terry?
Thanks, Timbo. All right, this one from the foot of Mount Doom.
Your home.
Yes. Dear Nature.
Dear Nature.
If you're going to make turmeric so damn healthy and tasty, could you make it so it doesn't stain everything?
Yes.
Come on. The fish last night. I don't know if those dishes will ever get clean. Let's see. This one from Please Don't Say My Name. People who come into work sick because, quote, they're the only ones who can do the job. Thank God I can work from home about 90% of my job, but that puts me at risk for the other 10% of the time. Managers who insist that they have too much to do so they can't train people. My manager is going to work himself into pneumonia or a heart attack, and I won't feel sorry for them when it happens. Incomplete job descriptions must go. Managers having expectations of you and not telling you what they are. 5 times my manager lacked planning, so it became 5 emergencies on my part. Financial tracking that isn't on a spreadsheet must go. All right, let's see. This one from Johnny B. So while running surround sound speaker wires and labeling which ones go where, I have a number of Sharpies that won't write. So the thing that must go, multiple Sharpies with their ink dried out must go.
And remembering to throw them away.
Yeah, throw them
Don't
away.
put it back in the drawer.
Because that's the mistake we always make. And finally, this one. Julia Roberts saying the F word must go. First time I heard this was my best friend's wedding. And she said it one time, and I thought it sounded a little off. This latest Netflix movie where she says the F word quite a bit. It just sounds very unnatural. I'm no prude. Deadwood's one of my favorite shows ever. But if you're going to swear, can you swear right?
She's not good at it.
Doesn't come naturally to a nice person like Julia.
Hearing my ex-wife use that word, it's just like, oh, are you kidding me?
This is from Animal Lover. What must go is people who purchase or adopt an animal they have no right having.
Yes.
Don't get a big German Shepherd if you live in an apartment and have no intention of walking or running with them twice a day and don't intend on doing the training they need. Don't get a dog or cat you're just going to keep outside 24/7. It's cruel and irresponsible. Just don't. Amen. This is from Nick. People who give 5-star reviews to a product and say, I haven't tried it yet, but I can't wait to. Why are you giving it 5 stars then?
I don't understand the principle there.
Also, I need subtitles on shows and movies. I hate when the subtitle pops up just ahead of the actor saying the line, and I'm reading the line, so I know the line before it's spoken, and I miss the acting taking place.
Acting?
Also, inversions must go. And finally, this. Good morning, lords and lady. First thing that must go is tagging me on social media for contests. By the way, if you do this to me, I will block you and don't do that to me either. Picking up kids at school, the one woman in the semi-luxury SUV who thinks she's found a life hack of skipping the line of cars by backing into the handicap spot. No, lady, it's not clever. And lastly, from my wife, inviting people over for a party, asking them to bring a side dish or something to share, and then bringing something that my wife will have to cook once it gets there.
Yeah, that's
like frozen items or uncooked foods that my wife has to prepare. They actually handed it to her to cook without offering to help, as though it's my wife's duty to fix their side dish.
Wow.
How about just tell us you don't have time to bring something so we can find something else?
Exactly.
Thanks for letting me listen. Make mine a double.
Things that must go on the radio.
Ralphie in Holiday is wondering why we played Cult. Is there a reason we played the Cult in Holiday? Just because?
Gumby wanted to hear it.
Oh, okay. In Holiday.
In Holiday. There you go. Reason enough. The last song of the show is one I've dug up.
Oh, okay.
I had to dig for this.
It was actually buried somewhere?
Yes.
Out in the yard.
Coming up. Stand by for that. Right now, though, Boner recap game.
All right, we could do that. Do we have a contestant?
Katrina is here.
Katrina, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm great.
Good. What are you doing?
I'm just at work.
Okay, where are you calling from? What city are you in?
Salt Lake City.
Okay. All right. Now, Katrina, if you successfully identify the winner of these three Boner candidates in the voting here, you will win what, Gina?
Tickets to see the Used. They're coming May 3rd, May 5th, and May 6th to Union Event Center. Tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
And I'll throw in a family four-pack of tickets to see the roller derby tomorrow night. And you can get all the information and buy tickets, if you like, at saltlakerollerderby.org. There's a big bout tomorrow. So, Katrina, did you hear the Boner candidates earlier?
I did.
Okay, this will be simple for you. Boner candidate number one was Bah Humbug, Nino, Wyoming. They don't want cars wrapped with Christmas lights up there. It's a violation. They'll pull you over. They'll give you a ticket if you put Christmas lights all over your car. It's kind of mean, isn't it? Boner candidate number two is Nancy Mace is a delicate flower. This woman, Representative Nancy Mace of South Carolina, she was speaking at an event where they're speaking about foster children and the safety of children, and a transgender person at the end of it came and shook Nancy Mace's hand, and Nancy Mace had the person arrested, said, "This person tried to break my arm."
There were plenty of witnesses that said, no, he just shook her hand.
I was physically accosted at the Capitol by a pro-trans man. One new brace for my wrist, some ice for my arm. It'll heal, but your trans violence and threats on my life will only make me double down.
A pro-trans man is just someone who is wanting human rights for people.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's not a bad thing.
No.
And then Boner candidate number three, he can come to the inauguration if he promises not to bring bear spray and a hatchet. Chris Stewart, former Republican representative from Utah, Chris Stewart, has invited a January 6th defendant to Donald Trump's inauguration. This guy's name is Russell Taylor. He was a member of the Three Percenters. He did some time in jail for his activities at the January 6th riot and attempt to overthrow the government. He was heavily armed. There's a picture of him right there making an obscene gesture at the cops. But Chris Stewart thinks that this is the kind of person who should,
he's a patriot.
He's a patriot. He should attend. He wants to come to the inauguration, so I'm going to invite him. Yeah. All right. Katrina, which one was the winner?
Number two.
Nancy Mace. She's an awful person. All right. Yeah. Congratulations, Katrina. You've won the used tickets and roller derby tickets. I hope you have fun.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you what you need to do next.
All right.
And the winning just never stops.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
The winning and the winning and the...
Hang on, I wasn't quite ready.
We've got too much winning to mention.
Here we go.
It's that magical time of year again.
The X96X Days of Xmas is here to help you get a head start on your holiday shopping. Listen every weekday with Radio from Hell, Artie Fufkin, and Todd Newcomb to win different prizes every day, like gift cards to Lim Jewelers, Harmon's, Jed's Barbershop, Solution Loans, and more. Plus, enter to win our grand prize, including one of every daily prize at x96.com. Today's prize is a $100 gift card to Onyx Ink Tattoo, custom designs, cover-ups, and piercing at Onyx Ink Tattoos in Ogden. Go to onyxinkllc.com for more information. In order to win this prize, listen very carefully. I'm going to tell you the word you need to text in to 33986 now for your chance to win. The word is Onyx. Wait. O-N-I-X. O-N-I-X. IX, Onyx 33986.
All right.
Merry Christmas, movie house!
There you go. All right. Let's see. It's 13 after 9 right now. We've got some big boy news and opinioendo coming up after these.
Leftover stuff. I've got a bunch of it.
A bunch of leftover stories. We also have for you Boner of the Week all coming up before we crawl towards the exits. Stand by for that. UtahAdvocates.com.
The advocates are personal injury attorneys. Are bound to be some accidents today because of the slick roads.
Oh, yeah.
And if you get slammed into and you're injured, this is who you want to call, the advocates, 801-355-5550. The advocates will help you out. They will act as your go-between between you and the insurance company so that you don't have to worry about it. You can just get better. And the advocates will not charge you money out of pocket at all. They get money at the end when they get you a settlement, and by God, they will get you a settlement.
Yep. Well, they're not going to take your case unless they're pretty confident they can get your settlement for you. Call them anytime, 24 hours a day, 801-355-5550, or you can go online at utahadvocates.com. Put the number in your phone now, because you might not need them today, but you might need them tomorrow, and if you have their phone number handy, it'll make it easier to get a hold of them. 801-355-5550.
Listen, I got a bag here.
What do you got?
Have you noticed this sitting in the corner over
You
here?
hear about this?
This bag? No. This bag has been sitting in the corner of our studio right there for months.
What, just on the floor?
Yeah, on the floor.
I have not noticed.
Months.
If it is a snake, it would have bit me.
Now, I know what's in it, and I know why it's in our studio. This is a nice bag.
That looks like an insulated bag.
It's a Land's End brand. I don't know if it's insulated or not. I have not ever opened it, but I know what's in it. So this bag, let's see if it's insulated. Yeah, kind of. No, you know what it's for? It's for beach clothes. It's a beach bag, and it's lined, so you could put wet stuff in it if you needed to.
Yeah.
When you're done at the beach or the pool or whatever. Here, you want to see what's in it? I've not looked, but I know what's in it. Here.
Well, who brought this? First of all,
I'll tell you in a second.
How did this appear?
It's a bag full of old leaves.
Why is there a bag of leaves?
What is it
in this studio?
Because Dawson brought this. Our intern.
Okay.
Who's not here anymore? Although he's coming, he's going to work for us here in the next few days.
Yeah, he's going to be some filling in here.
As I recall, we were going to put this little pile of leaves in a corner because Gina was saying one day, I can sleep anywhere. Just give me a little pile of leaves in the corner, and I'll lay down a pile of leaves. And so,
brought that? Did he tell you he was bringing that in?
Yes, and he brought it in, and I don't think I even looked at the leaves. I could tell there were leaves in it, and I put it in the corner, and I thought, oh, that might be a funny. And then the more I thought about it, it just wasn't.
It'd be a mess.
It was not. It would be a mess, and it wouldn't be funny.
Well, we need to give Dawson. That's a nice bag.
I know.
Yeah,
he
he
needs
should.
that bag back.
I know. And I don't know why he didn't come and take it back at some point. Yes, I do, because Dawson is Dawson.
Because he thought someday Bill's going to want to do this.
No,
no,
I don't think so. I think Dawson's a goofball. You know, he just kind of. I mean, not in the kindest, nicest way. He's a goofball. I love the guy.
You think he forgot about it?
I think he just kind of forgot about it. And his wife didn't nag him about, where's that beach bag?
His wife is going to want that. That's a nice bag.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty nice. It has the appearance of not being used. But I remember he told me he was going to do it. He said, I got all these leaves at my house. Why don't I bring in a bunch of leaves that I've raked up, and then we can, it'll be funny. We can. And I thought, yeah, that'll be funny. But then when he brought him in, I thought, nah, that's not funny.
Dawson texting in, I forgot about it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Hi, Dawson.
I bet you want your bag back, Dawson.
You want your bag back?
We'll give it back to you when you come in next.
And you know when I say you're a goofball, I mean that in the kindest, loving way. I love you, man. But he is goofy. He's kind of spacey sometimes.
I mean, I probably could sleep on a pile of leaves.
I don't recall why exactly the conversation, but it was something like,
I can sleep anywhere.
I think that's what it was. You were saying I could sleep anywhere. I could sleep on a pile of leaves somewhere. And
I wish I had that skill, curse, whatever it is you want to call it.
You've been quite tired this week.
I'm looking forward to doing nothing this weekend. I mean, absolutely nothing. You know,
I've been having this horrible sleep problem. I've been waking. I get up at 3 normally on the work week. That's when the alarm goes off. I've been waking up at 2.
That's annoying because that's too do I just want to get up?
Exactly. What do you do?
Like if you wake up at midnight, you're like, I can go back to sleep and I have time. But when you're that close to the time you're supposed to wake up,
usually I can go back to sleep a little bit, but it's a restless kind of.
And then do you check the time?
Yes.
Like because you keep thinking, it's
even
though I know
10
minutes.
Yeah, even though I know my alarm is going to go off, I still am checking the clock.
Hate that.
It's been a bad sleep week for me too, and I don't know if it's
daylight saving.
I don't know if it's daylight saving related or not. Daylight saving time never used to bother me in the slightest. I just didn't care,
Even with the time we get up in the morning.
Yeah, it never bothered me. But the last couple of years, it's kind of like.
All right,
but Dawson, you have to take the leaves with you too.
Take the whole thing.
You can.
You can get the bag, but I'm keeping the leaves. All right, 9:19, and it is time for some leftover big boy news and opinioendo. Brought to you by
Mark Miller Subaru is giving back through the Share the Love and Pause for the Planet. They support charities, protect animals, and improve our planet. Join Mark Miller in making a difference.
Well, Vanderpump Rules star James Kennedy has been arrested.
Good.
Misdemeanor charges, domestic violence. Burbank police confirmed to Variety they were dispatched to a home getting a call about Kennedy, whose real name is James Kennedy Giorgio, after getting into an argument with a woman, unspecified exactly the relationship. He was booked for misdemeanor domestic violence and posted bail later on. I don't know. Is that Vanderpump Rules? Is that still around? Does it continue to go?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's been around for a long time, and I have only a vague notion of what it is, and I don't really care what it is. Warner Brothers Discovery, led by David Zaslav, has become the latest Hollywood studio to rework its corporate structure with an eye toward a possible spin-off of its legacy TV assets. Warner's on Thursday said it was reorganizing its corporate structure into a global linear TV division, separate from its streaming and studios division. The new corporate structure aims to bolster its strategic flexibility and create potential opportunities to unlock additional shareholder value. The studio will begin the early steps toward that new corporate reorganization immediately. So it's just a sign of how embattled the pay TV business is. Mm-hmm. The move by Warner Brothers follows rival Comcast unveiling a plan to spin off its less lucrative cable networks away from its film and TV studio entertainment and parks business. Disney CEO Bob Iger has also talked publicly about his studio's legacy TV networks, including ABC, may not be core to the company, he said. I'm sure everybody at ABC is going, what?
I'm not important.
What do you, but huh? But and Paramount Global's incoming CEO, Jeff Shell, said his company's plan would be to manage CBS a bit more aggressively for cash flow, given that linear TV is a declining business. Okay. I think that, this is going to come back to bite them in the long run.
I think so, yeah.
It's official. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco are engaged.
Get a prenup, Selena.
So how did Blanco pop the question? Well, neither he nor Gomez have told the story yet, but there are clues. The biggest one is Selena Gomez's Instagram post sharing the news, as it includes a photo of what appears to be where Blanco asked her. The picture features Gomez sitting on a blanket in a grassy area admiring her engagement ring as some Taco Bell food is laid out next to her.
It's her favorite.
Furthermore, it appears that this isn't an actual outdoor spot. The trees in the background look fake. Lines between the artificial grass panels are visible, and in a video Gomez shared on Instagram, she's wearing the same outfit as in the photo, and you can see some artificial trees on the floor of the well-lit indoor set. Of course, going to Taco Bell with Blanco wasn't to save money. It's because she does have a special place in her heart and her tummy for Taco Bell.
I think that's sweet.
Get a prenup, Selena.
I haven't been to TacoEll in a long time. I don't have to.
Why don't you get some cheap tacos for lunch?
Bagful.
I just I can eat 10 of those suckers.
Oh, yeah.
Just 10 just basic hard shell tacos at Taco
Easily.
Bell. Yeah. Laura Prepone. Remember her?
That 70s show.
Yeah, and
Orange is the New Black.
Custody battle.
Did too much work on her eyebrows. Way too much.
She's in a custody battle, claiming that her estranged husband, Ben Foster, has issues with alcohol abuse. According to documents obtained by Us Weekly, Prepone filed a response to Foster's plea for the court to set a temporary custody schedule amid their divorce. In the court documents, Prepone requested that the court order Foster not to drink alcohol while he's with their kids and during the 12 hours prior, or consider a supervisor for his parenting time. The request asked that the court set reasonable holiday time, which would allow the kids to spend Christmas morning with Prepone and then to see Foster later that day. Prepone further detailed her and Foster's living arrangements after they moved to New York moved from New York to Tennessee in 2022. They had been living separately, apparently. She claimed she took the kids to see Foster over the summer. He chose other activities other than spending time with his kids. It goes on and on and on. She said Ben always has a cup or a thermos on him to day drink. It was discovered because he left his thermos and cups around the house, and they had coffee and whiskey in them. Well, at least he's balancing it, a little stimulant with a little. Rage Against the Machines, Tim Comerford. He says he has prostate cancer, but he says, I am doing well. I am the strongest I have ever been, which, I mean, that's great. The 56-year-old musician shared his diagnosis in 2022, confirming that he had his prostate removed just before Rage were about to go on tour. During a new interview.
They didn't go on tour.
Yeah. But during a new interview, he says, I'm the strongest I've ever been. I'm 56 years old. I'm artistic, and I'm focused on that. I'm proud of it. I've been proud of being fit, and I feel really good about that. And so I don't know. I guess they're going to do some stuff coming up.
Are they?
Ryan Reynolds slipped into his Deadpool costume for a special 6th outing on behalf of a fundraiser supporting the Sick Kids Foundation, also known as the Hospital for Sick Children. In doing so, he teamed up with Kidpool and summoned Wonder Woman's Linda Carter for a cameo.
Oh, Carrie was listening to that yesterday.
In a new clip, which follows appearances by Seth Rogen and Michael Bublé in years past. Benevolence is thirsty work, Deadpool says in the opening moments. He saddles up next to a sleigh filled with Kidpool, who asks, where to next? And then the foul-mouthed superhero has an idea for a mission. I thought we'd eliminate sick kids, he said. And then he swears.
Yeah.
He says, I effed up. No. We're eliminating the sickness by encouraging kids to donate. We're not going to eliminate sick kids. That's wrong. I didn't mean that. Anyway. So I assume that's available. People want to see it on.
Yeah, you go online. You can find that.
Yeah, Carrie was watching.
Taylor Swift.
It's her birthday today. We could open with a Taylor Swift song.
Stands alone as.
But I figure you hear a lot of Taylor.
No, I don't. She stands alone as Billboard Music Awards all-time top winner.
Wow.
10 new wins. She's 10 new trophies. It brings her to 49. She's won 49 trophies from that's just ridiculous. Apparently, the NFL is not going to change its relationship with Rock Nation. in light of Jay-Z's rape lawsuit. That's according to the commissioner, Roger Goodell. NFL Commissioner Goodell said, "We are aware of the civil allegations against Jay-Z and his really strong response to that. We know obviously that litigation is happening, but from our standpoint, our relationship is not changing, including our preparations for the Super Bowl." I hope Jay-Z gets to play in the Super Bowl. He's a pretty good receiver, I think. No, it's not. By the way, people have been saying, 28 years later, they've released a trailer.
It's so good.
And Cillian Murphy is supposed to be in the movie. And so people have been saying, oh, that's him, that zombie that sits up.
No.
And it does look kind of like him, because Cillian Murphy is a rather emaciated guy. But no, they say it's not him.
No, it's Dick Van Dyke.
Yes.
That would be a funny bit. If
Saturday Night Live should do it. Instead, the man portraying the emaciated infected, as he's called, is a 28-year-old model named Angus Neal.
It reminds me of Zombieland when Bill Murray dressed up like a zombie so he could go play golf.
Or that Dawn of the Dead remake where they're pointing at people that look like celebrities.
Yeah.
I swear that's Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Boom.
That was a great remake, I thought.
Yeah. James Gunn.
Was that James Gunn?
He wrote it.
And what's his name is in it? Our Phil Dunphy.
Ty Burrell.
Utah's own Ty Burrell.
Anyway, this Danny Boyle said, we were struck by this man's distinctive looks. And now they say Cillian Murphy is expected to have a role in 28 years later, but nobody's saying what it is.
Nope.
And his name is apparently not listed in the credits at this point. The film stars Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Jack O'Neill, Alfie Williams, and Ralph Fiennes, with Danny Boyle directing.
You got to wait clear till June to see this.
June 20th. And they say it's the first of a planned trilogy. They're going to do 3 of them.
Well, they shot 2 back-to-back. So.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy is listed as a producer of the movie. Eminem has a cameo, which is insane, according to Adam Sandler in the new Happy Gilmore movie. It's insane. There's The Last Man. Snoop is going to star and co-produce The Last Man, a sci-fi movie directed by Luc Besson. It's believed to be a Planet of the Apes-inspired movie, some way connected to Snoop Dogg's song Last Man Standing.
Bad idea.
I think so.
All of it.
I think so.
Weather?
Oh, well, this storm, it persists and could do it off and on all weekend long. 60% chance of snow likely today. Pretty cold, only a high of 39 today. Overnight lows in the 20s. Tomorrow will be a little warmer, which means the storm may be more rain likely in the valley because we'll warm up to about 47. 60% chance of that. 90% chance overnight Saturday night into Sunday, and it will be down freezing, so that rain could switch over to snow Saturday night into Sunday. And it looks like first part of the week we have clearing skies and 42 for a high. X96 and the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers invite you to help those at the road home this holiday season with blankets, coats, shoes, hats, and gloves. Drop off donations at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer or go to x96.com and give you all of the dealer locations.
Don't miss a single moment of the Radio from Hell show.
A couple of things. I went to to see Dr. Cobble yesterday.
Yes.
And he said, let me take a little blood and see. I want to check a couple of things.
Okay.
So we'll do a blood draw. And I said, okay. And so his
blood. So you do have some.
There's the. There.
Oh. Huh?
So his nurse, Allison, came in, and I like Allison. We're chatting, and she sticks the needle in my right arm, the vein. Looks for the vein, finds it, all of that, sticks it in there, and we're chatting away. And she stops talking, and she said, "I'm in that vein. I can see it. I'm in there." And I said, "What?" She said, Have you hydrated today? Are you drinking water at all?" Or
whoa.
And I said, "Well, I don't. I don't think I've drunk a lot of water today. But why? What's?" She said, "There's no blood coming out." I said, what?
I was joking.
And this is how you find your dead.
Yeah. I said, what? She said, I know I can see the vein. It was very clear. I'm in that vein, and there is no blood coming out.
Were you numb?
No. And I said, well, I don't. And she said, all right. Well, she took it out, and she went and she got another one. I said, so you would try the other arm? And she said, yeah. And then so I my other arm, and she stuck it in there. She's really good, by the way. She barely feel it. And I didn't look. I don't like to look anyway, but I didn't dare look.
Yeah.
And I said, so is there any coming out of that one? And she said, yes, it's fine.
Was it glugging?
No. It just...
Was it?
No glugging, no.
Now, and I see people in the chat room saying that's happened to them. That's never happened to me. And I was... and
a little unnerving.
And I said, well, why did that happen? And Dr. Cobble happened to step back in at that point, and he said, it just does every once in a while. He said, it's not a big deal. But it was...
it would have bothered me.
It bothered me at first. Yeah, it bothered me at first.
There's no blood coming. Doesn't it have to always be there?
Yeah, I said, what?
Isn't it not an occasional thing?
And now I don't really have a really good explanation for why it happens sometimes. I should find out. And I'm sure there is an explanation. I just haven't looked into it. But when I went home and I was talking to my youngest child about it, they said, "Oh, that happens to me all the time."
All the time.
Yeah. Which is, I said, really? Yes. Not every time, they said, but it's happened to me on several occasions. The blood draw and nothing comes out. It was weird.
You know you're in trouble if they stick the needle in you and it goes.
Yeah, like a little like air comes out.
Dust and air comes out. Then you know it's trouble.
That would be bad. But I guess I'm
Constricted vessels can be caused by dehydration.
Yeah, that's so she asked me. She asked me, have you hydrated today? And I probably was kind of a little dehydrated. I have not been drinking enough water. I've been depending on seltzer, which actually I think is fine. You can drink seltzer. It hydrates you, but water is the very best.
You're going down that Gina Barberi hole.
There's water and Diet Coke.
Yeah. No, you really, most people, experts are saying that 8 glasses of water a day thing it's just, you don't really have to do that. You can count coffee. You can count Diet Coke.
Well, but it says caffeine can restrict the blood vessels. So if you've had a lot of caffeine before a blood draw, that can make it.
Yeah, no, I haven't. And I haven't had, I don't think my veins collapsed or anything. It just.
This also says nicotine can cut. You haven't been smoking, have you?
Nope.
No.
And I hadn't been around the smoked chilies at Harmon's either.
'96.
All right. Now, since Sean Means was unable.
Yeah.
He was unwilling.
Unwilling.
He wasn't unable.
He could not bring himself to do it.
Since he was unable to see Craven the Hunter, the movie.
But now before you read the review, tell people what this character is.
Spider-Man villain, the world's greatest hunter.
So Spider-Man is in this?
No. There's your problem.
Yeah.
See, Sony is terrified to do a Spider-Man movie because the Marvel Tom Holland one's so good. It's just stupid. So they got this whole... They have the rights to Spider-Man characters from the comic books to be in film.
And technically, they could do a Spider-Man.
Yes, they could, and they have. They do all those Spider-Verse movies, the animated ones. Mm-hmm. That's Sony.
Which are good.
Mm-hmm. They team up with Marvel to do the Marvel ones. Sony owns Spider-Man on film. Marvel says, hey, come play in our sandbox. And they go, okay, we'll split the profits and everything will be fine. Okay. But he is the world's greatest hunter, Craven the Hunter, Russian. His power is essentially being rich.
It is a power.
Yeah. In this movie, though, he has superpowers. And they explain how it all happens in the movie, I guess. But this is a review
from Gizmodo. Germaine Lucier is the person who wrote it. Watching Kraven the Hunter, I felt something I don't usually feel in the movie theater. I felt guilt. Guilt for the laundry list of incredible award-winning actors who have signed up for this film, many of whom are rather good in it. Sure, they got paid, but that the likes of Oscar winners Russell Crowe and Ariana DeBose, fantastic character actors such as Fred Heckinger, Alessandro Nivola, and Christopher Abbott, and dashing leading man Aaron Taylor Johnson, were forced to act out the script being presented is criminal. It is a script filled with action and plot points haphazardly pieced together with so many coincidences and awkwardly forced in explanations, it becomes comical. I knew I wasn't the only one feeling that way either, because by the end of the screening, most members of the audience were laughing and ironically cheering.
It's that bad.
Oh, man.
Apparently.
That's a review there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me get to the
and
final.
they had such good, like all that cast signed up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Did they? Was it one of those situations where they're like, no, the script we'll get you that later, but come be in this movie.
We're working on it. It's that kind of thing. I don't know what the deal is. But,
Here's some money.
Yeah. Let me find the final paragraph because he explains the whole plot of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spoil it for you. Let's see. The best thing I can say about Kraven the Hunter is that it's better than Madam Web and probably slightly better than Morbius. It also, by the end, gets to a point where the surviving characters actually have something interesting to work with, teeing up a follow-up that we may never see, which is the saddest part. By the end of Kraven, I was finally craving more Kraven, but only because Kraven's ending was the only actually good or interesting thing about the film. There's a bunch of Spider-Man references and other Spider-Man villain characters in here.
There are other villains.
The Rhino is one.
Okay.
Pretty famous Spider-Man villain from the comic books. But apparently, they take all the interesting things about the character that's in the comic book and remove them. And it gets back to movie companies that are afraid to do comic book movies.
But there's built-in audience there, so
well, and it's been working for years. Why not go with that? You know. So what is predicted here? Because this one is another one of their Spider-Man adjacent movies that just is going to crash and burn.
Yeah,
I think they're finally going to get some stones and do a Spider-Man movie, and I think they should do Miles Morales.
Now, tell people who he is.
Miles Morales is the. They did in the comic books. They had they have the regular Spider-Man universe, and then they had the Ultimate Universe, which was a great bit of, especially the Ultimate Avengers. Boy, that was really good. I liked it a lot. I commit heresy when I say that. I really liked it. But it's like an alternate Earth, and there, Spider-Man was Peter Parker for the longest time.
Right.
Up until about, I think it was 50 issues of the comic, and then they killed it. And then they brought in this kid, Miles Morales, who became the new Spider-Man, who got powers the same way that Peter did. And he became that universe's Spider-Man. And so he was a kid learning how to be Spider-Man.
Which is just what Peter Parker was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and this is a Spider-Man that a certain generation of people have grown up with. That's their Spider-Man. And he's in the Spider-Verse cartoons.
Yeah. Is he a popular? I mean,
very popular
in the comics.
Yeah.
So it would make sense to do that, but
Katie's,
they're afraid to. Is that what it is?
They're hesitant to for a couple of reasons. One is
finding somebody to play him.
Well, I mean, that's not even hard, really. It's a combination of a couple of things. It's because Tom Holland is just he's our Spider-Man right now, really. But also they won't admit it, but Sony is afraid to do a dark-skinned Spider-Man kid.
Even though the character exists already and people like him already.
He's black and Latino. He's a mix. And
like lots of people.
Yeah, like lots of people. And that's what they're afraid of. That's what they're afraid of.
I'm mixed Scottish and English.
Yeah, you're white and white.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm beige and eggshell.
I'm more pink than I am white.
Yeah. But I think they just need to
just do it.
Sack up and do it. Make a Spider-Man movie.
Could part of it be? It seems to me, and you will correct me if I'm wrong, that the superhero movie is not the whole concept of it is not as strong as it once was.
There are those who say that. I disagree. I just think that we haven't had good ones.
So it's kind of lost its way.
Yeah, well, because when the good ones come along, we go to them.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been putting out mostly bad ones, and that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's making the good ones. I mean, you watch this Fantastic Four movie that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be huge. The next two Avengers movies.
Why are you so sure it's going to be huge?
Because I'm convinced of the quality. You've got a great cast. You've got great writers. I think it's going to be huge, and especially these new Avengers movies. These next two are going to be big.
All right.
But yeah, there you go. Oh, and I can't forget Spider-Gwen. You could easily bring in Spider-Gwen. That's also in the Ultimate Universe.
What Katie wants.
Yeah. You could do that as well. Lots of possibilities, but they're afraid to. All right. We need to talk about Zero Res here, but we've got messages and a song, and then we'll get to the boner of the week coming up. Stand by for that. Zero Res.
Yeah, getting your house ready for Christmas, for having people over, or heck, maybe you're not having anybody over. Everybody came over for Christmas and made your house, or for Thanksgiving and made your house messy. You need to clean it up just so you can enjoy it your own self. Use this X96 special offer. 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $119, and then you can get a 4th room free with a food donation. They make it very easy. Just when the technician's there cleaning your carpet, give them a bag of non-perishable food items and get that 4th room clean for free, and they'll make sure the food gets to the Utah Food Bank. Do not go to the grocery store and rent one of those machines to clean your carpets. They're gross. And they don't work very well.
I even saw a standalone one where it's just that's all they do is rent these cleaners.
No,
don't do that.
Don't do that. Call Zero Res. They guarantee to make it easy to get what you pay for, and they absolutely stand behind every cleaning. So call and make your appointment, 801-288-9376, or go to zerores.com.
Don't miss out on...
So, Dr. Cobble not here.
He's doing
the Valentine's
skiing.
That's
as he should be.
And that's very nice. His wife, I've met his wife. She's very nice.
Our attorney at Brass has volunteered for very important medical advice.
I
would love it.
And I don't know. You might, as a lawyer, you should know.
You shouldn't give out.
Yeah. What?
All right. Well,
should we play some classic radio from hell?
We could.
Or?
We have choices.
Well, yes.
Or I could tell, I got a couple of stories I could tell.
I mean, I found a whole bunch of very old Utah words.
Okay.
So there's that.
Is this with LeVar and LeGrand?
LeVar and LeGrand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
I found we have 2 mission statements. I thought we only had one.
Yeah, I'd only...
The one where Bill had a cold?
There's a short one and a long one.
Oh. Short form and long form.
Anyway, and there's the electronic talking action figures. They were
don't remember
Carrie and Bill electronic talking action figures.
I don't remember that at all. Let's try that. Because I don't remember that at all. Yeah.
One of our former producers is on there.
That's all right.
Yeah. We got some space elders.
He's no longer in our lives, even a little bit.
Yeah, he's not even in the state anymore.
Oh, is it? Is that true?
Yeah.
You have to tell me about that off.
Okay, let me get that.
So this is talking action figures. You have any idea what year this is?
No idea. They're not labeled.
Long time ago.
It was back in through the mists of time.
Mm-hmm. It would have been the early 90s.
So we decided we would do this. We would market Carrie and Bill talking action figures.
Yeah, they're action figures of us.
Like you pull a string
with a chip in them, and you press the button.
Oh, press the button,
and it talks.
Okay. So
let me come over here and press the button.
Someday somebody will invent a remote start, for this CD.
No, they
player.
won't.
No,
No, they
probably
won't.
not.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Kids, get ready for big-time radio fun right in your own playroom with the all-new X96 Action Dolls. Xmart Toys presents Acme Electronic Docking Action Figure. Each figure is realistically detailed to look just like your favorite X96 personality. The Carrie Jackson figure comes with a Mickey Mouse t-shirt and a handgun. The Bill Allred has its own little six-pack of malt liquor and a handgun. And the Jimmy Chunga action doll has clothes that make him look like a third-world refugee, and he's got a handgun. And each one says a variety of action phrases. Press the buttons on the Carrie Jackson, and he says,
I swear I've never met your daughter. Are you sure your mom and dad aren't home? Of course I'll still respect you.
activate the Bill Allred action doll.
I can eat 40 cans of Vienna sausages. Are you going to eat that? I'm not fat, I'm fluffy.
And listen to Jimmy Chunga talk the talk.
Carrie and Bill are great. Carrie's never even met your daughter. Bill's not fat, he's fluffy.
Use your Acme electronic docking action figures to create spectacular broadcast adventures in your own X96 radio studio playset. Playset sold separately, some assembly required. Xmart Toys presents the X96 electronic docking action figures. Available now at all Xmart locations.
My favorite thing about that was that announcer voice I did.
It's a different
I
announcer
don't
voice.
know.
Announcer voice,
I
yeah.
don't know where I got that.
That is a different. That's not your go-to.
I'm gonna have to do-
announcer voice.
Maybe,
Well, Big Gina's coming up.
maybe Johnny Ola's brother,
It may be.
Bobby Ola.
Bobby, I was going to say Barry Ola.
Oh, Barry Ola's. Barry Ola. That was a pretty good bit, and I like the announcer voice, and I like the handgun. That was the best part.
Ugh. I know our former producer hates that one because he
it
was
says-
he was forced to say Carrie and Bill are great.
Yeah.
He hated us.
He's long gone.
Yes.
See, what else? Is there another one? We have time for another one?
That's the thing, is that a lot of them are so long that
The Utah word of the day, long.
usually, yeah.
Well, the
Oh wait,
the mission statement won't be long.
Here, let me try this one.
What is this?
This one I believe is short. J.R. Tallywhacker.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a great big beautiful joint.
Yeah.
Set it up.
This is a ad we did for a restaurant we were going to open, or we did open.
Because Hooters was opening.
Yeah.
It's a restaurant with crazy crap on the walls, and
Yeah.
and the Hooters was
Don't
for
do the whole ad, Gina.
The Hooters was opening, and it was very controversial.
Yeah. There's a story about Hooters in the news today. I'll dig that up.
And we thought that the ladies should have a place to go.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go.
See what happens. Here, come on.
Come to J.R. Tallywhackers, down on J.R. Tallywhackers. It's a great, big, beautiful joint.
If you like sausage, you'll love the brand new restaurant we've erected in Salt Lake City. Hi, I'm Rod Johnson, manager of J.R. Tallywhackers, where we're serving up lots of hot food and lots of hot fun.
Mine was so big I had to use two hands, and our order came so fast.
Tallywhackers is fun. Our waiters, Neil and Bob, slap the sausage into our buns right at the table. Protein shakes were thick and creamy, and there's always plenty of mayo. I'll come again and again.
All of our J.R. Tallywhacker handsome young waiters are selected through a rigid screening process. We make sure they're stacked and packed and ready for service. And you can't beat our food.
I'm only here for the food.
I love the casual atmosphere.
We're not just another restaurant with stuff on the walls. We're packing something special. We don't even have chairs at Tallywhackers. You just come on in and kneel at your table.
I always leave feeling so satisfied.
Try J.R. Tallywhackers' grand opening special, 99-cent footlongs, or try our all-you-can-eat buffet. I can't believe you're not eating at J.R. Tallywhackers.
Come to J.R. Tallywhackers, down on J.R. Tallywhackers. It's a great, big, beautiful joint.
Swing on in.
Swing on.
Oh, that bit was very well done. Exceptionally well written, performed.
Was it?
Yes. Yes. I don't know who wrote it, or did I write it? Did we both write it?
We usually just sat in the office and threw ideas against the wall.
That's right. I would sit at the keyboard,
Yeah,
and then
because you were the best typist.
yeah, and I go and then say, how about this? Yeah. Oh yeah, and how about this? Yeah, it was like the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Somebody says in Dallas they had a real restaurant called Tallywhack.
Well, then they owe us money.
Yeah.
I think that has a record number of innuendo in that.
There are a lot of them.
I'll give it that.
What?
Girl like you. Because on this day 7 years ago, Pat Denizio of the Smithereens, lead singer, died.
Yeah.
So there you go. Boner of the week.
Look, it's Dave Matson, the flower guy. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
What's up?
Not much.
Yeah, you getting around okay on your scooter there in the snow?
Yeah, but I'm going home after. I gotta go to Ace.
Ace Hardware. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, man. You know?
Yeah.
You got, you maybe should get some snow tires or chains for your, no?
No.
All right.
But I think he's saying no flowers today.
No flowers?
Go home.
Yeah.
Too nasty. You go home and watch some TV or something. All right. You ready to pick the boner of the week?
Yeah.
Because you're the one we trust to do that.
I know.
Okay.
He knows.
He's quite aware of that, isn't he? All right, Dave, here we go. Let's see. Monday's boner winner was Danny was a bad boy, so they spanked him good. That's Utah Senator Daniel Thatcher losing some of his leadership positions on various committees because Senate President Stuart Adams didn't like the way he voted on a couple of things. So, Dan, we're going to demote you. We're going to make you go sit with the Democrats by the bathroom or the elevator. Take away his nice office. This is really mean to do to Dan. Dan is a nice guy. Boner candidate number 2 from Tuesday. It's an intern Macy alert, trouble at the coffee shop. That coffee shop in Clearfield. It's where they did not do overtly political things there, apparently. They did have some pride flags up. Macy and her family go to this coffee shop a lot. And the woman who owns it, Karen, is a very nice person. But somebody sent her an anonymous letter threatening her, saying, you ought to hope that somebody doesn't rape your child, and you're all wrong, and I'm never coming to your coffee shop again. Fine, don't come. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday. Yeah, that's right, Narc-Donalds. I wonder what's wrong with people. Mm-hmm. A McDonald's employee, who, by the way, the McDonald's employee, the work at that shop, that McDonald's in Altoona, they now have security details because of threats against them, because they were the ones who recognized the assassin and turned him in, and now they're getting threats all the time. Boner candidate number 4 from Thursday. In Texas, there's no limit on the number of guns you can own, but there is a limit to the number of dildos. That's true. You can't own more than 6 dildos in Texas. You're breaking the law. You can own as many guns as you want, though. That's fine. And boner candidate number 5 from today, Nancy Mace is a delicate flower. A man shook her hand and said, I hope you realize how important it is that we give protection to trans people. And she had him arrested. She said he shook my hand violently. He sprained my wrist. And people who were there saw it, said there was no such thing. Yeah. All right, Dave. I don't know how you pick. Which
Number 3.
Number 3, which would be, that's right, McDonald's. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Shaboner of the week. Thank you very much, Dave. And thank you to Joe the Jeweler.
Oh, yeah, from 9th and 9th.
He's
9th and 9th Jewelers.
He's contacted me before.
Yes.
Sent some email and stuff. But
I got a ring pop and a candy bracelet.
He gave me a couple of suckers and a bag of, I haven't seen this for years. It's like gold nuggets. It's gold mine bubble gum.
Yep.
Yeah.
He gave me a Star Trek the screensaver for Windows.
Oh, good.
It's very nice.
And
thank you to Dave for delivering.
Yes, thanks to Dave for doing the hard work.
Joe the Jeweler at 9th and 9th Jewelers. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, let's do the promo and get out of here.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
You have to do some acting, by the way.
I don't have it in front of me. Hang on, let me get that. Yes, I do now. Let's see. Oh, okay. Ho, 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 ho. Santa is very busy this weekend. Christmas is almost here.
That's right, Santa. Folks are going to be out buying Christmas gifts for friends and family.
And while you're out, why don't you pick up some extra items for the folks at the road home?
And take them to your local Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer. The locations are listed at x96.com.
You can do that over the weekend and then bring them to John Watson Chevrolet in Ogden, where Radio from Hell will be on Wednesday.
You know, Santa's sleigh is a Chevy. Oh, Merry Christmas. You very good, Carrie. You slipped by Gina's mistake there.
Yeah.
What?
You wrote John Watson Ford.
Oh, I did?
Yes.
I didn't even notice that.
No, you didn't.
Nope. All right.
Sorry
Good
about
enough.
that.
Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Sorry about that. I missed that.
Pumpkin is next.